There's no... How is there no... Oh my god, dude. I don't know what is up with Streamlabs. I don't know what is up with Streamlabs, but they are not uploading my thumbnail like half the time. Jeez Louise, man. Hey, what's up, Sin? You're the first one in the stream. AVAX says, finally. Yes, I am live. I was actually here. I was here on time. I was doing a little negotiating. Mr. Brandon and I were doing a little negotiating. We're talking about... he had some cards that he'd been wanting to trade me for gold, and so we just got a gold trade in. All right, let's see if I can get this saved. Okay, we're saving that. Now we're going to have to edit this thumbnail from the laptop. Did you get your dongle hopper fixed? Well, it's still broken, but we have a new one on the way. So tonight we have a Wi-Fi live stream once again. There you go. How you like that? Get a little zoom out there. I love gold. Yeah. All right. So I'll paste this in. Let's go ahead and grab this. We'll also grab this. And now we're going to update the thumbnail. Got it. Hey, what's up, Robert? Okay, tonight's title. What should the title be, huh? I like funny titles, but it's hard to come up with those. Turn that down a little bit. That was a bit loud, wasn't it? Pokemon set black and white. That's right. I saw that. I saw those fancy hit cards. They look good. They look clean. We'll see how they go. Jumbo Zard close. Out of print booster box break. Jumbo Zard close. Let's say Jumbo Zard close. Rayray close. Brilliant Stars box break live card shop. All right, that's pretty good. Just showing off the breaks, I guess. We got Jumbo Zard, Rayquaza, and Brilliant Stars. So those are being shown off. Let's go over here and we'll close this up. That is closed now. Let's go ping our Discord server. Might have already happened. Let's see. Happy Sunday night, Monday morning. How's it going, guys? It's Monday morning. We're going live for Sunday night. The title for tonight could have been, Ellie, I'm pregnant. Karis and I, of course, are following The Last of Us. And it's, man, it is a hard watch. Okay. All right. It was hard to watch that. I'm not going to lie. It was so awkward, dude. They had like this lesbian sex scene, and there was like zero chemistry, like negative chemistry between the two girls. You know what I mean? Actually, that's always been that way. The I don't know her name, the Latino girlfriend, she has never felt like there's chemistry between her and Ellie. And I can't buy it. I don't see it. I can't buy it. What's your opinion on showing up to a restaurant 15 minutes before closing? You dirty bastard! How could you? I mean, closing time is closing time. If it's not closed, it's not closed. But I'm sure the workers, if they're very tired that night, they're going, oh my God, bro. I'm just closing up some channels here that we don't need open. All right, so I believe everything is set up to go. No spoilers for Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, what? You mean for Last of Us? All right, what is this? Content creator, early access. All right. This is my real estate. Oh, what is going on here? Let me hit refresh on this. CC, is your PFP perfect blue? Oh, man, it was so hard to watch it, dude. Yes. Congrats, you received $1 USDC rewards. All right, getting rewards out here, guys. And we'll delete all this. Good. So we just deleted a bunch of emails. They were junk emails. All right, we're set up. We're set up. We're set up. La-da-dee-da. Welcome to my high-tech stream where we stream on the Wi-Fi. Ooh. $1 million Pokemon card business Wi-Fi stream. Let's see what you guys are saying. How much will the Evolving Skies booster box be in 2026? Maybe it even goes back down in price a little bit. We don't know. You know, with booster box prices, sometimes they spike and then they recede. And then they just plateau for a long time. And then they spike and then they recede and then they plateau. So there's a pattern. Like, for example, the XY Evolutions reached this crazy price of like 700 and it just couldn't go any further than that. And then it like broke. It like fell down, actually. It fell down in price, 650, 600. And it just stayed like that for a while. Now look at it. It's over $1,000. So it's hard to say. Maybe people will discover that there's quite a bit more Evolving Skies than they originally believed. Maybe the price of the Evolving Skies hot pulls don't continue to be driven upward. Remember, the slab price drives the box price. But also the box price drives the slab price. So somebody's just got to keep pushing in that direction. Let's see, Evolving Skies booster box. 1.6. I'm seeing 1.6. Let me see sold. Dear God, dude. That's crazy, bro. At this point, people aren't even going to buy it. Oops. People aren't even going to buy it to open it anymore. They're just going to buy it to store it on their shelf because it's so insane. It sold on May 4th for $1,425. And then another one, $1,350. So still basically 1.4. All right, that was a text message. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. All right. Let's see. Yep. All right. So. Charizard with 5 spots left. He's almost done. Glory of Team Rocket. We're still looking for the Mewtwo SAR. I'm ready to open a box of this stuff. I want to pull the Mewtwo. Here's a Brilliant Stars. Ooh, brilliant. Brilliant. That's a cool box break. But this is really the talk of the town right here. The Rayquaza at 24 with 11 spots left. That's pretty good. So this is a YouTube channel where we focus on selling Pokemon cards. We do all kinds of card openings. I shouldn't call it a Pokemon card stream because we really do all types of cards. Pokemon's just a top seller, but of course it is because Pokemon right now is a top seller. You know, it's what people are opening. But we open a lot of One Piece. We open a lot of everything in between. Right now we have a special sale going on, the moving sale, because Karis and I are just getting rid of all of our belongings. We're getting rid of everything we can. We're reducing how much stuff we have. We're getting rid of our car. We're going to get rid of our boat. Just going to start getting rid of everything. And when we have very little stuff left and a little bit of savings, we're going to pack our bags and probably move somewhere. And we don't know where. We've literally researched it all day today, and we don't feel any closer. It's so difficult to pick a place to move. Like, we did all this research on Florida, all this research. And we were learning about how many more hurricanes they get than any other state, the flooding, the car insurance is higher, the home insurance is way higher, just all this crap. The property taxes are higher, the cost of living is higher, and so they've got all these problems that they didn't once have, but they have it now. And, you know, all these property prices are being driven upward. It's making the property taxes insane. So people are moving there. If you're really wealthy, apparently you can do well in Florida. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to move to the super expensive wealthy area. That's actually what scares me away from California. And so, you know, we looked at South Dakota. It's like pretty sparse. We looked at Wyoming. It's pretty sparse. We looked a little bit at Houston, Texas even. We even looked a lot at Mississippi. If you go down to the very bottom of Mississippi, they get a chunk of coast on the Gulf of America, right? Gulf of Mexico. But they get a chunk of nice beach water down there. Beachfront properties are a little bit cheaper in a state like Mississippi because no one wants to say, oh yeah, I'm from Mississippi. No one likes to say that. So the property is just less prestigious down there and it's a little closer to just the build price, I suppose. But yeah, we even looked at that. We looked at Myrtle Beach. We looked at Wilmington, North Carolina. We were studying water temperatures. Oh my gosh, we were studying all the things. We did that all day, and then we had a nice, healthy walk. followed by the Down of Us, which was really hard to watch. California isn't scary, I promise. It'll bite me. Well, it's not that it's scary, it's expensive. And I like having money. I like putting money into savings. I like having a big fat stock portfolio. You can't build a big stock portfolio if all your money goes to taxes, which is, think of that. That's not a commodity. It's not an investment. It's not an asset. It's just burning. It's just consumption. Taxes is consumption. So that is a 13% tax out there. That's what we'll pay. We'll pay a 13% tax, Kirsten and I will. That's really hard to justify. Higher cost of living, you know, everyone's got to pay for an expensive home. So that means everyone's got to pay more rent. So that means everyone's got to be paid more to do the same job in California than if you're like living in Wyoming or some crappy place like that nobody really wants to live too badly. But that means you pay a premium just to go out to eat or something. You pay a premium for gas, for going out to eat, for buying a car, for whatever it is you're doing. Because everyone needs to get paid, you know, in order to survive out there. So I imagine the cost of living out there is ridiculous in some regards. And so you get this extra taxes, you get this extra cost of living. The houses just cost a lot more. So you have to put a lot of your money into your house rather than into the stock market, which I prefer the stock market. But yeah, it was just tons and tons and tons of research, and we actually did study Los Angeles and San Diego today. We were studying them. I've studied them multiple times, and yeah, you do get less house for more money out there. It's just a very expensive place to live. You can get much more home in Florida, but then you have to deal with Florida problems. So it's like there just seems to be no such thing as paradise, man. Where's paradise? If you find paradise, it's the most expensive place to move to. It's very frustrating. All right, but so you're almost looking for like the place that could be paradise if they just developed it more, maybe? All right, let's see. We have Steven Sistrunk, finishing Gary Oak, $40 credit for Cyberway and down payment for my next slab. Still deciding. Ooh, we got to get some new fancy slabs up on the table, I think. What do you guys think? You need some new fancy slabs? Looks like I need more of these energy cards. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? How's it going tonight? Let's see. Steven Sistrunk. Steven, one thing we have going on up here are these special quest stickers. They're a little experimental. They're extremely rare. Like, see this Bulbasaur? $670 quest sticker Bulbasaur. He looks like he's from Minecraft, right? Now, let's go ahead and take a picture of this. This is from 2018. All right. Okay. Pop 3. That's the crazy thing about this card. And by the way, one of those 3 is right here. So some cards in this hobby are so rare that people don't even know about them. But then there's sort of like this thing that occurs called price discovery, where people start to learn about them. So that's a nice quest sticker Bulbasaur, and me and 2 other guys have a monopoly on that card. But if you own the card, you would have that monopoly. It would be yours now. There's the Pikachu. Now, this one's real crazy. It's Pop 2, and guess who owns both of them? Me. I own both of the Pikachus. So I just get to price it however I think I'd like to price it. And if a guy manages to grade just one more Pikachu, he can price it however he wants it. But to be honest, whatever he sells it for, I'm able to buy it because I have enough money pretty much all the time to buy it at whatever price it's at. So we also have this Gengar, 3,670. So the quest stickers, I'm making them available because I own all of them, and so that's how I operate. I'm sorting everything and crying at the same time. What? Why are you crying, Tammy? What's going on? Who hurt you, Tammy? Steven Sistrunk, let's jump over here and get your slab away out. Slab away. Mr. You can have good and pretty but not cheap, or cheap and pretty but not good, or cheap and pretty but not good, or cheap and pretty but not cheap. Can't have all 3. Yeah, I know exactly what you're trying to say here. It was kind of confusing to read it, but I know exactly what you mean. Meaning you have to compromise something. Only like billionaires get to live exactly where they want. And I'm okay, but I'm definitely not a billionaire. All right. What do you guys think my net worth has gotten to? You know, it's crazy. Just sitting on the right Pokemon cards is making me rich over time. It's really wild. In theory, rich. I'm not actually wealthy unless I sell them all, which I don't want to. So maybe in theory, I never truly have the wealth, you know. But those legendary Zards, one sold for 36,000 in auction. I got 3 of those bad boys. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Very, very, very lucky. It was a gamble, though, you know. Not everyone was willing to make that gamble. I could have just bought stock. I could have paid off my home loan, my mortgage. Where's your card? I think your card got sorted into one of the boxes. All right, well, I'm going to go after it. I'm also going to take, let's take this with me. All right, I think I got to stand up to get your card out. Do you have any Mimikyus? Mimikyus. I technically have a Gengar Mimikyu, which somebody else put in a slab away as well. But I could create a red label Gengar Mimikyu. I don't know if I'd like to do that twice. It puts a lot of gambling on that one type of card. If somebody asked you, would buy everything you have, how much would you take? Not a small amount, because I got a lot. I got some cool stuff over the years. 6 years of this. Hey, mister, it's been years since I've been here. Are my cards still with you? What? That's a trick. There's no way. Let's see. Well, what would your name be? I'm just curious. It's been years. Let me go put these into the boxes. So, we got Matthew with an N. This is an L. This is an A. This is a Z. This is a J. J. A. J. J. And J. And now we're going to pull this box down and find a Mr. Steven Sistrunk in here, right? And there he is. Lovely. Check out this card here. I want to show you something cool. Francisco Gutierrez, what's up, man? It's been years. I'll be honest with you, bro. After 1 full year passes, we consider cards abandoned. But let's just check this pile right here. Fabian Estrada, that's expired. Fons, that's expired. Fabiola Baltaraz, full name. Fofis, Francisco Valdivia, Francisco Cruz. So it's not here, but I'm going to tell you where it probably went. It's probably been taken because it is, if it's been years, we assume that you are dead or in jail or something. Yo, that Pikachu, so you like this metal one? So I brought this metal one out. I brought this metal Pikachu out because I wanted to make a point about him. This guy just finished an auction for like 3,200 or something like that. I saw it in a video that he just sold for like 3,200. And I've been warning people to buy this guy. Although it might be too late now. It might have peaked. Because I don't know how cards can't go up infinitely and in a straight line. You know, they got a zigzag. But look, I mean, I bought this guy only back in January for 1.2. Oops. I bought that back in January for only 1.2. So for him to have a last sold price of 3,000 is ridiculous. 3,000. And yeah, I was just talking, in fact, I was talking to Brandon about this, about how Pokemon cards have done so well for me. I mean, there's no tricks in life where you can click a button and double your money. But I clicked a button and bought this Pikachu and it tripled. I don't know if it's quite tripled, but I think it's pretty close to tripling. And I don't know, it's just crazy. I don't know what to think about it. Like, I feel like a crypto bro a little bit. You know, you got those guys who got into crypto and they're just kind of doing well because they bought crypto. I feel like that, but with Pokemon. And it was a big risk. It really was. I mean, I could have bought anything at all. I could have bought stocks, real estate, gold, bonds, CDs, I don't know. But luckily I bought Pokemon, so I'm very lucky that that's what I purchased. All right, here you go. It's all yours, Mr. Steven. So cool, man. You have something I really want, but you wouldn't sell it. Tell me about what it is. I'm a little bit curious. Pikachu, be careful. Lots of people are hunting for you. Everything has a price. All right, there it is. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started over here. Thank you for your order, Mr. Steven Sistrunk. I got to try and find some more slabs because I know it was Anthony Kalura was interested in that Charizard, and somebody came and snatched it. What was the last card/investment where you got wrecked? Yeah, that's a really fantastic question because we tend to show off the ones that do really well for us and not the ones that struggle for us. The one where I last got wrecked. Well, I can tell you I'm selling this set right here. Now, I didn't do this one recently. I'm losing money when I sell these. So we sell these for a box for $38, and I'm losing money when these sell. That is the eBay price. I guess the price went down over what I paid. And so, yes, this is a money loser for me right here. So there's an example. Man, I'll be honest with you. The other way you lose money is with card grading, man. You send these big orders out. They cost tons of money. PSA gives everything a 9. And it's just like, you're so bit in the ass at that point. So, like, I probably lost money when I opened that Aquapolis pack. That was like $1,000. The pack was. And then I sent it off to grade, and I had to pay PSA for each grade. And they all graded like 9, 8s, and 7s. 7s. And so I'm so screwed over that one pack, I probably lost more than $1,000. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know about that, but I lost probably close to 1,000. And yeah, it's bad. Not everything's a win. When you open cards, it is like gambling. It's not directly like gambling, but it's kind of like gambling. And when you send cards out to grade, that is also a little bit like gambling. So there's 2 rounds of RNG. And so, you know, it's just part of the hobby. And I do it anyways, because that's how you experience this hobby. That's how, you know, like you can try and never open a pack for your whole life, but it's like you're missing out. It's just how it is. RNG is a part of card collecting. And sometimes you get bad luck and sometimes you get good luck. Overall, it tends to even out a bit. But yeah, I would say that Aquapolis pack killed me, dude. Killed me. Ooh. I've also had moments where I lost a lot of money. Like, I bought this Dragon Frontiers pack for like, it was like $600 or something like that. I can't remember. Then I opened it up. It was like $650. I opened it up, and it was fake. It was a scam booster pack from a guy in Italy. Never got my money back on it. You know, eBay has a policy where you have to open the product within 3 days in order to be able to open a return. How insane is that policy? Everyone should band together and tell eBay to get rid of that, because that's insanity. 3 days. Who's buying vintage cards and then opening them within 3 days? Most people store their vintage packs to open on another day. All right, the giveaway is set. That's gray up there, GRAY. But that's an example of where I lost money. I lost money when I got scammed. And you can lose a lot of money really fast on a fake booster pack. All right. Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me, we still have that moldy pack of Jungle. Are you guys still interested in opening that? The moldy pack. Tyler Franson. He says 12 EV Heroes. You got it. How much store credits do I have? Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? It would appear that you have... I got to put some of these in the back, man. Steven, Caleb, Uriel, Kendo, JC, Elizabeth, Yolan, LaFlame, Anthony. All right, so I need to put these up in here. Okay. And now, these are the actual guys who have me doing commission sales. Look at those commission sales we did for Anthony. That's really impressive. And then here's Mr. LaFlame. It says here $58. Ooh. The Jolin with the 78. Caleb. We got to adjust Caleb. Somebody put a card in a slab away, so we got to adjust Caleb. All right, the Pet Mold Judge pack. I got some tough news. We're going to be getting rid of our cats. All right, let me message. Let me send this message. All right. So, You still have them peeing all over the house? Yeah, they're going. The cat pooped twice outside the litter box, and that's it. Cat's got to go. Ready? So he said 12 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. And you know, Karis is spinning her wheels trying to keep the cat litter box good and clean and nice for them, and it's just not working. And the cats are going to be rehomed for sure. They might be rehomed as soon as today, Monday. So it's kind of a tough thing. It's, you know, you have sentiment for them. It's really hard to do something like that, but we're doing it. Remember those chronic coughs where I would cough for like 3 months or some crazy amount of time? We know what causes that now. There's no question about it. It's exposure to the cat litter box is what does it. So if the cats poop and pee upstairs on a carpet and we clean it up, but it's not like 1,000% clean, I just develop a cough, and it doesn't go away until you do like a bunch of enzyme stuff to your carpet and run a rug doctor over it. So I have an allergy to cats, I guess, and it's very severe when it comes down to cat pneumonia or cat ammonia, and maybe cat poop, but definitely cat ammonia for sure. And we tried all kinds of tricks to try and get them to be better about it, and they just don't want to. They like the big house. We got a big house with plenty of little corners where they can just go to the bathroom, and we just can't have it that way because it's an actual health problem. So, yeah, they got to go. It's unfortunate. We wish we could easily rehome them. We're taking them to a no-kill shelter. That's what we're going to end up doing. Sir, with animals, the human is always the reason for bad animal behavior. That's sort of that's an opinion, Mr. Waldbeer, and you can hold whatever opinion you want. You know, that's, you know, people have different ideas, different philosophies. At the end of the day, I'm not going to develop, you know, lung problems from being exposed to cat ammonia. That's all it comes down to. You know, there's not a lot of thinking to do about it. But yeah, you could argue if I spent all day trying to train the cats to use the cat litter box more, maybe it wouldn't be as big of a problem. You could say something like that. I'm gonna let someone else do that because I can't do that. I can't be there training my cats to do that. We are. Did the no-kill shelter charge you? No, we haven't even set it up. We're going to be contacting them today, actually, to see how it all works. But if they charge us, I don't mind. Okay, Mr. LaFlame says, I sent 22 USDC. I'm sending for 2 spots in the Rayquaza. It's sad, but, you know, it has to be done. It has to be done. It is a health problem at this point. Can't be risking my health over, you know, Fluffy. It's just how it is. But you guys have heard the cough before. You guys remember? We'll go through a long period where I can't stop coughing. And we're like, it must be mold. It must be the carpeted bathroom. It must be this. It's the cats. It's the cats. We know what it is. The cat will piss in a corner, and you can clean it up, and then you can kind of almost smell it still. And then when you actually clean it with like heavy cleaning, the cough just magically disappears. It's cat ammonia. And we looked it up and it was like, oh, cat ammonia is a trigger for people with cat allergies. And so if you could just get the cats to stop going to the bathroom, maybe that would help. But we have decided we are going to give the cats up. It's a first world issue. We love animals and have seen much lunacy putting animals before humans. Yeah, it's just how it is, you know. It's just how it is. It's a tough situation. I like the cats. They're nice and all, but it's just, you know, it's just got to be the way it is. So 22 plus 58 is, yes, that's correct. Yes, so that's 80. So this will come down to 0. So American, says Waldbeer. What, people have never surrendered a cat in Germany before? What are you talking about? All right, let me go get some of these. Give me a minute. All right. Rip kitties. Rip kitty 1 and kitty 2. No-kill shelter is great. Yeah, they're going to a nice no-kill shelter. People out here love cats. There's a lot of cats in Lake of the Ozarks. I have confidence that the cats will just be adopted. They're cute cats. My kitty, my choice. I'm just shocked you got an opening for them. Most no-kill shelters are full. Well, I don't know how no-kill shelters even work. We'll be contacting them today. Here it is. All right. Let them go outside. We have entertained the idea of letting them outside. We actually have purchased a cat house, but we're going to try and send them to the shelter first because they're not used to being outside, so we think that's the smarter move. But ultimately, we can just let them outside and put food and water for them if we want. All right, so that's done. There are already some outdoor cats out here where we're living. There's like 4 of them, actually. It's a bunch of them. And they're pretty friendly. Here's Christine. 2 bulk packs and a Team Rocket Snipe. All right. 2 bulk packs. You like the bulk packs, huh? You're trying to give them away before letting an animal outside. That is American. Oh, I mean, I looked it up. I was talking to like ChatGPT, and it said it's more humane to give them to an adoption center where they could be adopted into another, nice air-conditioned home. Wild beer, you don't realize it gets to like 100 degrees out here where I live. I don't know how to turn that into Celsius, but 100 degrees is smoking hot. So there is a real risk that they die if we put them outside because they're not used to that. It could really shock them. And they don't know how to hunt. So, well, maybe they would learn, but they don't know how to hunt or anything like that. And we live in a more forested area. It's not impossible for them to get eaten by wild animals, too. There's actually, you can hear a bobcat do its little bobcat roar. It's like a shriek. Rawr. Here's, the cards coming out of your 2 packs. So you got all this for $8. It's a lot of stuff, actually. There it is. So you're saying they have been sentenced to death before birth. Well, we're all sentenced to death before birth. That's one of those philosophical subjects. When you bring somebody into life, you're also sentencing them to death because that's the way life works. Any person you bring into consciousness will eventually die. But no, we didn't. We're not sentencing the cats to death. We're just giving them to a shelter, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, if the shelters were to reject them, we would be open-minded to letting them outside. We're just saying that it could be pretty tough out here for them, so we prefer for them to be adopted. All right, you're going to need 2 bags. Here we are. I'm dying right now, just slowly. True, we all die some days, some sooner than others. Yeah, exactly. So if you for example, if you have a baby, it's great and all that you're bringing them into the world, but at the same time, you've also created a scenario where they're going to have pain and suffering too. They're going to get cancer, they're going to get heart disease, they're going to die. So it's a fascinating thing, isn't it? It's like a double-sided sword, double-bladed, double-edged sword? I think that's the term. Life also brings with it grief, joy and grief. Fascinating concept. But yeah, I mean, this whole cat thing, I don't know what you mean by that all. Yeah. Omar, Nightbot times somebody out? I've never seen that before. Nightbot times somebody out. What? Somebody got auto-moderated by Nightbot. I don't know. You have to let it go. Stop posting links. What? I've never seen that. Was he actually posting links? Do you think there are billionaires trying to live forever? Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like that one guy who is trying to live forever. He's super weird. He's like a tech bro, and he's retired. He's a retired like billionaire, and he makes all this content about, his perfect diet and his perfect sleep schedule, and his son gives him like blood donations, blood infusions. It's really creepy. All right, I added a period, and I guess I thought it was a link. Oh, that's wild, man. It wasn't an actual link. Bro. It was a period, and it assumed it was a link. Wow, that's crazy. Terminator was right. Retile the stream. Bye-bye, kitties, and bye-bye, Omar. Yeah, well, the kitties aren't exactly gone yet. Again, there is an option to just let them outside of our home and put up a cat house, in which case they're technically not gone. They'd be outdoor cats. Again, we did a lot of research, and it might be best to try and get them rehoused because they're used to living in a house. So that seems to be the better move for them. Mr. Omar says, EB2. Oh, yeah. We're going to run out of this pretty soon. The EB2's been flying off the shelf. People like this very, very low price. Where is it? I think I have to get more. Nightbot does time people out. You just need to set up Nightbot on your side to have it time out. That was crazy. Rocket Pack, mister. Ooh, Rocket Pack. You got it. You're correct. Here it is. Pristine. Anyways, it is. It's a little harder for Karish than for me. When you spend like 3 or 4 months with the chronic cough, there's this point where you start to feel like you're really sick. Like this is not a small illness, it's a serious illness. And it's kind of scary, to be honest. And so for me, knowing that I'm not going to have that anymore is very relieving. So I will miss the cats, but I will also feel like it's a new chapter in life where the house is going to be spotless. Because what we're going to do, once the cats are out, we're going to go into the places where the cat litter used to be, and there's the stink of the ammonia and all that. We are going to clean the crap out of those rooms until they're brand new. And so I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to having a much cleaner home. Let's go get that EB2. That was not the right pack. What? 2 bulk packs and a rocket snipe. Well, I'm confused. What's the rocket snipe? Team Rocket Snipe? You sent in 1450? That's the right pack, right? This, right? There was no Mewtwo. Oh! I thought you meant I grabbed the wrong booster pack. What you meant is that was not the one with the Mewtwo. Okay, I got you. All right, let me go get some more EB2s. I'll be right back. I'm getting some EB2s, guys. All right, here we are. I need to set this somewhere. Here we are. Ta-da! All right. Ooh. One. And put this over here. Ta-da! Already saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters. Still awesome. All right. How can anyone say it's not awesome? How do they live with themselves? All right. Snipping that. I'm going to drink after work. Here's Omar Batui. Ooh. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I watched episode 1 at 7 a.m. today. Ooh. All right. So it's Star Wars. Is that right? Star Wars? Well, actually, today is the 5th, technically, so that's over, right? May 4th was Star Wars. I think what we should do next year, on May 4th, I should bring out some special Star Wars product and put it at a ridiculous low price. I wasn't really ready for that this year. Just like we do the little oddish thing for 420, we should have something for Star Wars. All right, there we go. Tasty. Could I slap away your CGC Legendary Collection Dark Dragonite? In theory, you could. It's a very good card, but if the price was right, I might be tempted to do that. But that all depends on the price. There it is. Here we are. But that's a really big one, you know. Here we are. That one's not a cheap one. He wasn't, when I bought him, he wasn't cheap. You seen that Legendary Collection Gengar for like 92,000? Isn't that ridiculous? 92,000. Okay. Pizza Girl, I will DM you. Ludicolo slabs for Cinco de Mayo. Ludicolo. It's a funny thought. I like it. All right. Save it up over the next year. Get sets from the OG to now. That would be fun for next year. What would be fun? Yo mama. Bazoink. Yeah, I got a lot of special slabs. Too many. I need to have like a day where I create a video where I just show off my entire collection and be like, here's what I got, so that you know what I have available for purchase and trade. All right. Here we are. Here we are. You got the chef. Yay. All right. And he's got the girl. And there we are. Whoa, 101 viewers at 2:25 a.m. on a Sunday? That's kind of unusual. All right. By the way, this is a Wi-Fi stream. Our dongle for the Ethernet cable broke. It broke. Broke yesterday. Gave us all kinds of technical difficulties for that night. As I was troubleshooting it to try and get it to work, I was just wasting my time. Mr. Omar, let's grab your bag. He didn't say new bag, right? Nope. All right, we're looking for your bag. Thank you, Mr. Omar, for the big order. Really appreciate it, man. Hope you had a great weekend, by the way. Fantastic weekend. What's a card you want but don't have? I'm scared to say the cards that I'm interested in, because I feel like if I ever said what I wanted, somebody's going to go buy it before me, and that's going to be super annoying. There it is. But in general, I look a lot for just cool cards. You know, one of the things I've learned over the years, don't be too picky. If you're too picky, you're going to miss out on cool cards that are a good opportunity. So, you know, it's like this Dusclops. You think, well, I'm not a Dusclops collector. I collect Dragonite. But it's like, if you see a card and it's just a decent card at a decent price and the artwork style is good, just go for it. Just go for it, especially if it's within your budget. Don't go for it if you can't afford it. Here is a Lithium break. Here is a Rayquaza. Here is the clearance break. The Garchomp and the Mega Mew. I like laughing till my cheeks hurt, but right now I'm pissed. Mr. wants a card you want, but don't have. DM sent. So you're kind of interested in that Dragonite, and I'm kind of interested in holding him. Let's see what you see. All right. Okay, so let's see. We've got Raul Mendoza, one Rayquaza spot. You ready? Boop. Why is there two prices on the Mew? Oh, that represents you can buy in two ways. You can buy in at $40, or you can buy what's called a Mega Booster Pack for $400. Mega Booster Pack. There's 7 Mega Booster Packs. One of the packs contains Mew. It says $400. Now, this is the price of the Sublist. $40, odds of 1 in 10. There it is. So everything's explained so that no confusion occurs. Mr. Raul Mendoza. Did we properly add Mr. LaFlame to this? We added LaFlame to this, right? Oh, we didn't add him. All right, so he ordered, or did we? Now I'm confused. He bought 2 spots in here. Are these 2 spots he already had? This was at 24 at the start of the stream, so no, we didn't add him. Ta-da! Keep an eye on me. Keep an eye. I make mistakes for sure. I get sidetracked. I get distracted. A lot of talking, a lot of multitasking in this job. So this should be up to like 27 or something, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 27. I don't think he added him. That is 27, everybody. 27 out of 35. That implies there's 8 spots remaining. Thank you, Mr. Raul Mendoza. We have an order, Tyler Franson, and he says 3 more EV Heroes. EV Heroes. 1, 2, and a 3. We have some gym breaks now. 2 gym breaks. Here is the ball toy. $30, PSA 10, Hidden Legends. He's a rare common card. Rare because it's very hard to grade those. He's probably like pop 1 or 2. And then we've got Rocket Zapdos from Gym Challenge. Choices. Okay. So those are 2 gym break options for people who like the gym breaks. Prices are just adjusting to the weather. What? Would you be willing to sell the Metal Pikachu? Oh, I just got him, though. Metal Pikachu. I think I better hold on to him. You know, it's hard to find something just right to sell. Would you like me to try and show off some cards that are probably definitely... Ooh, there's the Umbreon. Let me show off a couple high-end cards. I was about to say Sards. What the hell is a Sard? Tyler Franson. Yeah, that Dragonite, he's nice. Legendary Collection Dragonite, he's a cool one. But, you know, that's the trick, you know, is you don't have to have the immediate thing that's in front of you. Let's just see what's in some of these boxes. Are you ready? All right. Whew. We got lots of these Tops the Movie 2000s. Like, look, that's a Charizard Tops the Movie 2000. That's pretty cool. I think I have 2 of those. That's the reason that one's good. This is the only scene that has Charizard in it. It's got like a mirror-like finish. That's really cool. General Grievous. This guy's got to get repriced. If he goes up for sale at all, by the way. Here's an interesting Kabutops, Sneasel, Blastoise, Deoxys, cute little squirrel, Giratina, Magnemite. Meowth, Magikarp's cool. Here's a Mewtwo, Flygon D's. Black Label Hello Kitty. What do we have here? Now, these prices are all out of date. Holland Fanta. Oh, here's a nice Nidoking. That's pretty nice. Okay, Rick and Morty. Rick Sketch. Cool. You should do cooking stream and cook up Asmongold a $2 steak. Hell yeah, dude. Here's Cloud. That's for sale for sure, the Cloud. Azumarill. So there's a couple cards. A couple of these stood out to me, like these guys right here. But that's just a couple cards. That's not a lot. These are really neat, obviously. What'd you think of those, huh? That's it. I'm quitting the Pokemon card game, guys. It's all about cooking now. The TheCardconomist. How to cook $5 meals that are actually very good. Gold Starker Ninja. Here's a nice Darth Vader. Should have done a break on that for May 4th. You guys want me to break this for May 4th? Zubat, Rocket Returns, Electivire, Pichu. He's lovely. Pichu is a good one. Yeah. Okay, a little Rayquaza there. Let's do a break on this. So he was what? $435. What did I actually pay for this? Long queue? No, not at all. Not at all. Jump right in. Not a long queue. So let me look at this Star Wars sketch because I paid something for that and I don't know what it was, but I believe it was a lot. Oh, there he is. Yep, I see him. He was not cheap at all. He was not cheap at all. So we can host a quick Star Wars break on that if you guys wish. All right, I'm supposed to be showing you guys this. Here's that South Park card. Here's a Torchic Shining Celebi. That's right, because guess what? I have a Shining Celebi, but am I a Celebi collector? No, I'm not. But other people are, so that one's a really good one. Here is an SSP Hello Kitty. Here's a little Ancient Mew. Here's a Crystal Nidoking. He's actually for sale. That's a pretty cool one. When's the TheCardconomist? What? Here's Hypno. Mothman. Here, wash your mouth, boy. There we go. Wick Slowpoke, he's probably for sale. Here's a Gengar. You say you like Mimikyu. There's a Gengar Mimikyu. Charizard. All right. Oh, and we got this Sawtooth Dratini back here. Need a cooking string. All right. So this box had some cool ones in it, actually. You know, this Pichu is pretty good. I think he's really solid. He's from Expedition. Good stuff. The Hypno's always solid. Nidoking's real solid. Shiny Celebi's real solid. And this is for an error collector. It's an error Gyarados. All right. Ivan Ooze. Oh, yeah, he had the purple goo, right? Ivan Ooze. I forgot about the Tina. I will take the Tina because that's the card I was deciding between the Gyarados and him. The Tina, the Giratina. Which one? The one, the modern one? Was he in the other box? I think he was in the other box. Oh my god, he was in the other box. Oh my god.
I'll take 7 of your finest Pokemon. Come on, guys, join the stream. We're watching our favorite VTuber. Oh my god, she's so pretty. I wonder if she'll say my name out loud.
This thing? This one? Ivan Ooze throwback. Ivan Ooze. All right. I'm a high-value male. That's right. Welcome to my Alpha Male podcast. Okay, let's see. Very good. I couldn't help but noticing your body was showing signs of desiring a high-value male. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Save us, Trump. All right, did you say you wanted one of these? So I'm picking a price out. All right, you ready? There it is, if you're interested in the Giratina. Yeah, I want the Giratina. All right, so it's slightly cheaper than the last time that I priced them. And if you're definitely putting them into Slab Away, then I am doing one of these. Let me just take a quick look. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm a high-value male. I felt her sexual tension across the room. I have 7 yachts. See this watch? It's a 4-figure Casio. Yeah, why don't you come back home to me? You can be come back home with me. You could be one of my wives. You'll be well taken care of. I make well over 3 figures quarterly. So we've got this beautiful Vader choking somebody out. Remember, it's a sketch drawing. The condition of the card's not really that important. This was printed or drawn in 2022. Let's get a nice break running on it. All right, so let's see. So I said we would do maybe from now on during Star Wars time period, May 4th, we'll have some kind of special deal going on for Star Wars. Obviously, I was expecting to sell this at $435. We're going to go ahead and sell it quite a bit lower than that, but that's for May 4th. And so we're going to do, let's think about it for a second. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to shave 2 spots off. We're going to do 8 spots total. So it would have been about 11 spots or about 10 spots, right? 10 or 11 spots roughly. But we're going to do 1 in 8. $40. Oops, I drew it backwards. Nah, I got to fix that. I can't have it like that. That'll drive me nuts, dude. I got to fix that. All right, so it's going to be 40. 1 in 8. There it is. The Darth Vader break. Jump in there if you want to do that for May 4th. That is Star Wars Day. Oh, come on. I should have thought to do this sooner. SW for Star Wars. Okay, the Star Wars break. Very nice. I'll take him, mister. That price is more than fair. I'll use my credit for him. All right, very good. So let me grab the credit out of the bag. You got it. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Is it here? Oh, no, wait. I saw it earlier. I was thinking of. Okay. Give me a second. Bazoinks. All right, guys, we have a deal. That's a new slab away, everybody. Slab aways are actually a big part of our business. We do a lot of slab aways for people. All right. That's yours. And now we got to add it to our Discord server. We're jumping up over here. We're going over to Slab Away, Mr. Steven. May 25, Steven Sistrunk, PSA 10, Giratina, Alt, 1,640, 1,620 remains. And there it is. All right. Someone finished the lightning break. The lightning break. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of breaks all of a sudden up on the table. I mean, there's tons of breaks to choose from now, guys. Tons of options. You're swimming in options. Mr. Omar says he'll run a second EB2. Thank you, Mr. Omar. Here it is. Yippee. Thanks, mister. I'm glad we could find something that makes you happy. That Giratina is definitely a special card to own. That is one of those Shinji Kanja cards. I can't get enough of them. They're really beautiful. Excited to see what that guy does in the future. All right, let's get these snipped. Wow, I missed the Giratina. Snipping this. All right. Snipping this. Okay. When I do that sort of red label slab away, it's actually pretty risky to do one of those. Because what happens if the market turns down and then everyone abandons them? Well, I'm stuck sort of like holding on to all these depreciating slabs. So it's a big gamble for me to take on, a red label slab rather than to sell some other piece of my inventory that I actually wanted to sell. Here we are. A big risk. When the market goes up, red label product does very good. You pay it off, you're happy. I get the slab sold and made a little profit, I'm happy. But in a market downturn, all those red label cards, super high risk. For me anyways. Here we are. How many orders in the queue? How many orders in the queue? Almost none. Like 2. There's like 2 orders in the queue. It is a typical slow Sunday night. Sunday's never been a busy night for me. Sunday's almost always a slow night. Gets a little busier on Monday. Tuesday tends to be real slow. A little busy on Wednesday. And then things pick up fast on Thursday. Thursday's when it starts to pick up. And it gets really crazy, really fast on Friday. We might start the Friday stream sooner. That Friday daytime stream was killer last week or this week. Last week. We're in Sunday. Yeah, last week, Thursday night, Friday daytime was crazy busy, man. We had so many orders, those 2 streams. I was like most of the sales right there. Makes you think, like, I don't even think I need to run this stream every day of the week, but I do it anyways. I do it anyways. Get you guys someplace to hang out and have some fun. I think it'd be funny if I listed an item or two on eBay while we were live. As part of like a chore list while live. All of my slabs have been red label. Nice. Here's this guy. Ooh. You got that Gary Oak, man. That's like a pop 1 card, isn't it? It is crazy. There we go. Oh, yeah. Gabriel's sending in for Topps Halo Vintage. Nice. Looking forward to that. So, look at this. Haha, you pulled Girl Eating Chicken Wing. Okay. Mr. Omar Batui. So, we've placed a Darth Vader break on the table for May 4th. We put him up there at a discounted price. I'm telling you that nighttime is a killer time to stream. There you go. Killer as in people die? What's he saying? What's this guy saying? Giratina. Kairiki. Team Rocket. Grimer. And Hunch Crow. Ooh. Do high value mails buy 200 EV pouch prismatic boxes? Yes. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You were giving off the body signs from across the room that you're seeking a high value mail. Well, congratulations, you found him. I'm over 5'6", and I make well over three figures quarterly. There we go. Trying to tell the joke without messing it up while I'm trying to write. It's poor. There it is. Poorly executed joke. There it is. All right. Giratina going over here. Very nice. Doing that at night, no doubt. I'm going to have to ask you your body count. I got to play one of these. Oh, we got a big order from Mr. NHCC. He says 2 boxes EB2 and 1 hollow summer. Nice. All right, let's get it, man. So here's 2 boxes EB2 for Mr. NHCC. All right, stream's getting a little spicier right there. Have you guys seen the video of the guy at Target crushing a pouch collection up? All right, there we go. Oops. Very nice. Manga pull. Tossing this away. Does your broken dongle mean that the music won't work? The music? Oh, no. The music's right here. It's just kind of quiet right now. Hold on. Let me back up. Let's play latest Minecraft OST. And that's the new one by the one artist. What was this uploaded? So we'll turn this up a little bit. Sometimes low music is a nice way to stream. I wouldn't mind playing Still Game again. Remember when I used to play Still Game during the live stream? How weird was that? What a weird background. Play some Playboy Cardi. All right. Okay. Snipping these packs. Ooh. Snip heaven, if you ask me. This is snip heaven. You're all in it. Snip. Ooh. Ooh, these are so nice. Snip. Very good. Lovely. Guy grabbed all the pouch collections, and when someone asked for one, he crushed it up and told him he could buy that one. Are you dead serious? That actually happened? Bro, people are so disgusting, dude. That's crazy. There. There's always some video to watch on this stuff. Like lately, Pokemon's been so crazy for so long. I watched a video of a guy who put a chair down in the actual Pokemon card aisle in Walmart so he could sit in Walmart and wait for the restock. He's just sitting there, first in line. sitting there with the chair. Holy. It's crazy, man. Okay. I feel like it suggests we live in a time period where people are that desperate to make some money. You know what I mean? Like side hustle and all that. We're in a time period where everything's so unaffordable, so expensive to buy a car, buy a home, buy an education, buy your health care, buy whatever it is that you're trying to purchase. We're in a time period where it's such a struggle that people will sit in line for hours waiting on for a Pokemon card restock because it's considered easy money online. And that has to SR and up only. SR and up. You got it, man. SR and up. Manga pull. That would be nice. And less waifu, he says. Like this. Go right. Because I'll put that there. Any Halo slabs? You know, I did send a Halo card or two out to grade, I think. Can't remember which submission it was, but I sent out a Halo slab, and so there should be some Halo stuff coming up eventually. Just have you multiple another guy snatch the ones from his shopping cart and run away. He won't leave his cart to chase. I don't know, man. It's crazy out there. All right, Mr. NHCC. That's box number 1. People wait in line at the new Pop Mart store for over 10 hours at the mall in Oregon. Damn, dude, that's crazy, bro. I don't know. How do you guys feel about all that? All right. Local vendor in my city got robbed at gunpoint after a show this week. Oh my god, dude. It's not safe to be a Pokemon card collector anymore. Give up the Pokemon cards. You got to be strapped. You got to have a vault. Yeah, we did that a long time ago. After the value of my stuff entered a certain level, we were like, time to buy guns. Here's this. All right. Okay. Hello. Throwing that away. Here's an SR Pizza Girl. So this is box number 2, and then we have a Hololive box to open. The crazy price cards, it's become insane. Crazy out there, man. I put a short of it on my channel 3 hours after the mall opened, and there was still over 200 people in line. Wow. Great. And what were they hoping to buy, do you know? All right. Take your choice. Stand in line with 200 people to buy retail, or buy it off eBay for double the price. Ooh. All right, that's pull number 2 popping out for you. All the Labubas. There you go. All right. The store sell blind boxes. Blind boxes? Like the boxes lost the ability to see? Okay. Wait, was that the East Bay card show? Wait. Was that the East Bay? There was a fight at my Target today for a prismatic restock. Cops were called. Wow. Fighting the aisles of Target or Walmart to make sure. It's obviously going to be somebody who's at the front of the line trying to take all the product, and another guy who's standing at the back of the line who didn't get any of the product, and they're both fighting over it or something like that, right? Somebody who didn't get any product, you know, come over and try to rip it out of your arms. Crazy, dude. If you didn't get to it in time, you got to admit defeat. But also, you know, if another guy's trying to break the rules and buy more of it than he's allowed to, you know, maybe you do put up a fight. I don't know. Before it's all over, there's going to be armed security at all these restocks. Man, I don't even know what to think, man. People will pay so much on booster packs to have such terrible pull rates. It's so hard to pull out a good card. I don't know, dude. Maybe that's the point where it's time to start collecting One Piece or Weiss or something like that. You know, take a little break from Pokemon and collect some other thing, or maybe just focus on slabs, or I don't know. It's all expensive, but it's like there's got to be something better than that. Konnichiwa. Do you guys think it'll ever slow down? It's got to slow down at some point. They put cards behind glass at Walmart now. Crazy. All right, next up we've got the Hololives. So these are on sale. They're part of the moving sale. You'll see that they are $36 per box. This is first edition English, by the way. We have a freshly unsealed case of these. Okay. All right. With all the theft at events, you might see private security roaming the tables or escorting buyers. Man, crazy. That's why law and order exists, you know, because you can't have nice things. You can't have a high trust society. You got to have these guys who they're going to, well, I can't make it by doing a job or a skill. Might as well try violently stealing. Oh my God, damn, dude. You suck so much. I'll just whip it out of somebody else's arms. Crazy. Oh. Pikachu counting his money meme. My Walmart stopped selling Pokemon cards a while ago because of theft. Wow. The Ocean Girl. Oh. She's from the ocean. Owl Girl. Lovely. Little Demon Girl. And Star Girl. She's such a star. The Neckbeard Alliance just camps by my Walmart. Dang, dude. Hey! I know you ain't hating on guys with neckbeards. Alright, very nice. NBA. Alright, lovely. Lovely stuff. NHCC, no manga coming out of there. No stamp card coming out of there. Those would have been the things we were looking for. Still some lovely cards coming out anyways. That's part of the game. To try and nab those high-end cards. With good luck. Crazy, man. It's crazy to think about. It really is. There's that Rocket Booster Pack break. All right, here's EV, Anthony Kalura, PSA 10, EV. Electric Sealdos, Lapras Quest Sticker, Espeon Reverse Holo, and Savulouge. What else we got over here? Here's a lovely Moltres for $120. He graded 10 with CGC. It's got kind of a ruined sleeve though, huh? I don't like this song. How about the next one? I don't like this one. All right. I got to make some content again, guys. I kind of only made one video the whole week, and it wasn't even a good video. Notably, when I work hard and I post regular content like shorts and stuff, our views go way up. I got to get more content made. You know, it's tempting to seal every one of these, because if they were all sealed, it would be just as easy to rotate them, wouldn't it? It'd be easy to rotate them. Oh, Lapras Quest sticker. Yes, it's a very nice card. Pop 4, $400. With a population like that, I mean, your odds of running into this are super low. When you do run into it, it's going to be super expensive. All right. Now, let's check for Moltres. This is going to say CGC Karuta Moltres. There's not one for sale. So let me just try this. Let's try CGC 10 Karuta Pokemon. Whoa, they want $350 for the Lugia. I'm seeing a lot of cards graded 10. Seems when they're older, they are definitely just around $100. I'm seeing a lot of different prices. What I'm going to price this guy at, we're going to go with the lower price this time. A more competitive price, if you will. $85. 5.25. That's a more competitive price. There it is. Lovely card. Okay, so David Morales is next, and he has one Chainsaw Man, one Hololive Summer. Chainsaw Man? Oh no, I haven't pulled up a Chainsaw Man in forever. I don't know where those are stored. Chainsaw Man. Okay, give me a minute here, guys. He asking for Chainsaw Man. I got no clue. What's under this? Metazoo. Okay. Might be time for me to move on from Metazoo as well. I feel like I had my fun with the set, but if we're moving, if we are in fact moving out of here and trying to take as little with us as possible, that would put the Metazoo up on the chopping block probably. I think I'll end up posting that Mothman for sale on eBay. That's the big one. Alright, so I don't see it. Chainsaw Man probably is over here. I just don't see one. I'm going to go grab a fresh one. That's real stupid, isn't it? It's a real bad way to do this. Alrighty, I'm back. I'll move this box over here and step over these gently. Here we are. So sorry about that, guys. I had to hunt this down. Now we definitely do have an open box. Almost feels like it would be easier, instead of stacking these boxes, to just pull these all out of their boxes and put them into like plastic baggies and stack those into one big box. There you go. All right. Let's snip this. Good. All right. Bunny Girl. That's what I said, Bunny Bread. And Chainsaw Woman. All right. Cool. Are they going to release Season 2 of Chainsaw Man? If there's going to be a Season 2, you know, these Season 1 cards will probably rise in value over time. There you go, Mr. Eddie, with an E followed by a D. Let's go find that. Tossing that away. Kendo, did you see I got Hololive Summer, and it's on sale for $36 a box. By the way, it's a fresh box. Scout's Honor it is. Did I say fresh box? Fresh case. That's what I mean by that. Fresh case. Okay, when you know it, it's Mr. Gabriel's turn next. He ordered a Topps Halo. Thank you, Mr. Gabriel. Sorry about the wait. We had that really big NHCC order, huh? Lovely Moltres, man. I like that card a lot. He might have to go in the live customs. I'm so sick and tired of being a gangster. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh. Ooh, you might have a holo in there. Movie of Chainsaw Man. We got Men at Work. Master Chief's Downtime. Ooh, Covenant Grunt embossed foil card. Look at this. Oh, yeah. All right, that's the whole reason to open these right here, is to get these cards like this embossed Grunt. Very lovely. We have Armed and Dangerous. We got Banshee and Sheer Brutality. Great cards. That's the hit. Well, you know, it is a hit because there are cold packs and there are hit packs, and this is definitely a pack with hits in it, the Covenant Grunt. There you go, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you so much. Let's go find your bag. That's not going to be there. Maybe it's going to be over here. Maybe it's going to be in this third box. Box number 3, that is. Ah, here we are. Lovely. He clearly enjoys the Halo cards. I'm so sick and tired of being a gangster. Oh, right, we already read that. So, this guy shall go into the live customs. Let's put him back into the original price, $100. If I'm tossing him in there, instead of selling him to you direct, he gets to go for the full price. If no one bought this, which I don't think I heard anyone say they did, he's such a nice card. I really like him, actually. It's a nice 10, solid 10. Moltres. 10. Okay, it's Karuta Moltres 10. All right. Two, 3, 4. Perfect. All right. Popping this back in over here. We're going to pop this over here. Lovely. That's a card in the live customs that is going to be somebody's hit one day, and they're going to love it. They're going to say, hey, that was a pretty good one. Moltres 10, I'll take it. Vintage 10. That's right, Vintage 10, exactly. All right, there's no orders in the queue. Feel free to ask me any questions if you've got any questions at all. If you're watching this at home, this is a live rip and ship. The way it works is you send in money and I open up packs for you. We have all kinds of breaks. Breaks are kind of what I specialize in. For example, this is the special hot break right now. Tonight, we sold like 3 new spots in the Rayquaza VMAX. It's 8 spots remaining. This is getting close to going off. It's a really big deal because one person will pull this Rayquaza, this guy right here, for just $40. Really shockingly, it's basically like free almost. At $40, it might as well be free because it's so cheap. But that being said, 34 people will miss. And in fact, some people bought more than 1 spot, so they're going to miss pretty hard. So we'll see what happens. You can even buy multiple spots and still easily miss. Like if you have 3 spots, your odds are still like 1 in 11 essentially, which is horribly difficult. Here's a nice Vulpix, like that Vulpix. Here's a nice Dragonite. Here, I tell you what, we put the other card in for 100, right? And this one is 125. We'll put this one in for 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. So I'll put this bad boy in for 6. That is the Vintage Brock's Vulpix. Really solid card. This is going to say Brock Vulpix 10. All right. Oh, we just got a $1,200 order from Omar Faba. What could that be? Holy moly's. That's going to be the order of the night right there. Got 1. Oops. We got 2. 3. 4. 5. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Steven Sistrunk paid off his Topps Rainbow Gary Oak. How crazy is that? Okay. Here's a lovely Dragonite. So one of the things about the cards on the table is they eventually move into the Poke Shuffle, especially good ones do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So sometimes you got to make a decision on them because they'll be up there for a little while. But it's at some point or another we go, all right, time to pop them in there. Dragonite 10. Any breaks close to the end? This guy. By the way, you might want to be aware of 2 gym breaks, since I know you like the gym break 6. Now, so this is fresh. This is for Star Wars May 4th. It is this sketch Darth Vader, $40 buy-in. We'll see how that one does. So here's the first gym break. It's this Ball Toy Hidden Legends. The second gym break is this Rocket Zapdos, which is maybe a little more desirable. Ball Toy is Ball Toy, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. So that's 2 breaks, 2 gym breaks. Now, let's see what the heck is going on with this Omar order. This has got to be huge. Hit refresh. Did the Leafeon break finish? That's the lightning break. Here it is with 2 people in it. Okay, he says 60 prismatics, 60 of them. I don't even know if I have 60. I don't even know if I have 60. Give me a minute. Okay, so I've got 8 here. Ooh. So I have to go and try to restock these real fast before we begin this. Technically, if I need more, I have a way to get more. But what do we got here? This makes it 9. Yeah, I'm going to have to open up a fresh case, it looks like. But give me a moment here. Crazy. 60 prismatic. Don't go anywhere, guys. 60 of them. I'll tell you why they're selling all of a sudden is because the price is still going up on them. All right, give me a moment here. Yeah, price on prismatic just got way worse. Let me double check because I have might have some safe data on this. Wow, this music sounds nice. All right. Don't go anywhere. Oh my God. Wow, what nice music, man. I hate to hear that 6. 6 is feeling kind of bad. Refresh your stream. YouTube lagging 2 minutes behind. Yes, as you guys know, we are streaming on the Wi-Fi right now. The Ethernet dongle finally broke. We all knew there was problems with the dongle. I can't believe the prismatic that I've held has already pretty much significantly risen in price. Yeah, prismatic is, you know, people are expecting it to get cheaper, but guess what? It has not gotten cheaper. Although maybe that will change. I don't know. All right, so give me one moment here. There's only one problem. This isn't right. Getting ready for work, says Troy Malice. Troy. Okay, let's remove this real fast. All right, there we go. So the price on these will change to be a bit more expensive. Quite a bit more, actually. I think I understand why he bought so much. It's because he considers it a good price at this price, which kind of sucks because it didn't allow me to step up the cost on these or adjust to the price of it. But I'm gonna allow that because, you know, I like that you did a big order, and I like that we get to see what's inside of them. So that's gonna be exciting. And I want to pull that Umbreon, you know. And we're gonna cut a fresh case of these open, but the new case is gonna be sold at the new price. I thought I just read they were printing more prismatic and the prices were coming down in the market. Not according to this. All right. Almost done, guys. It just I tend to do reorders live. All right, there it is. So let me go in and we're going to change the price from $20 to $21. It actually won't be significant. We're going to stick to as low of a price as possible. Prismatic at 21 now. And let me go get you a fresh box. I'll be right back. Haha! You know, it was difficult to do. It was really challenging to do. But I managed to stop myself from selling 4 cases, 4 of them, of prismatic ETBs. So I'm sitting on 4 cases of the ETBs. Here we are. And they might print them enough one day that they never really go up in price. All right, 10 boxes. Let's get it. I'm super excited for you, man. Mr. Omar, let's go 5 at a time. 5 at a time, everybody. There it is, 5 of these. I can't believe how expensive these are coming. Oops. When do you guys think I ought to buy a prismatic Umbreon? You think now's the time to buy one? It's already so expensive. I mean, I just can't imagine it getting, you know, much more expensive. Yeah, how does something that's already so expensive double in price? And what does Pokemon really do about it? You know, like, does Pokemon just leave it alone? They just go, that's what it is? Or do they go, nah, we're printing the shit out of this? You know? You know, it's crazy. I just cleaned up over here all these booster bundle boxes. I just cleaned them all up like a day ago. Omar Faba with the $1,200 mega order. He's taking a big plunge on the prismatics. Good luck, man. We want to see you pull a nice SIR. We want to see you pull the Golden Pikachu, Master Ball Umbreon, and more. All right. Mr. Omar. This ended up being very entertaining tonight. Okay. Okay. Snipping this. We have sold so much prismatic in the last week, despite it having a price of $20. In fact, I almost want to say this sold faster than the Rocket set did. See, the Rocket set is cheaper, so if you compare them dollar for dollar, I'm pretty sure we actually sold more prismatic than Rocket. That's how bad people want to pull that Umbreon. Not just the Umbreon, I mean, so many of the cards from this set are just shockingly beautiful, and people are going to continue to enviously desire to have the finished set, or at least the Umbreon. For me, I'll probably pick up an Umbreon at some point and just not worry about the rest, because the Umbreon's the hardest to get one because of the price. But the question is, when does the Umbreon's price fall to its lowest point? That I can't answer. I don't actually know. Okay. It's the Prismatic 21. We're doing 21 right now. There it is, because we are running quite low on this now. We're quite low on it after this order. Is you ready? It was $20 per pack. Now it's 21. Not a really significant change. Oops, not a really big change. Here's Execute. Okay. This is the first 30 packs, everybody. Okay, he pulls a Sylveon. That's nice. Ooh. Card centering is looking good. So it's not just about the SIRs, even though those are badly wanted. If he can pull a good Master Ball, that's meaningful as well. But the Master Balls are difficult. We've pulled lots and lots and lots of Master Balls now. The reason the Master Ball cards are so expensive is because it's genuinely very difficult to get the one you want. Okay. Okay. Archaludon. Binding Moki. Running out of sleeves. The packs appear to be as tough as ever. Very tough. How many are you opening? We're going to be opening a total of 60 packs for our friend Mr. Omar. Could he have bought a graded card instead of the packs? He could have, true. However, when you open packs, you have a chance for good luck. And so when you open packs, rather than buying directly, you're placing a bet that maybe you'll have good luck this time. All right, here's Airy. And you don't know if you will. But that's the thing, you know, it's about having a little bragging rights. It's about having a little pokey glory. I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about how there's a big difference between the chase card that you bought from someone else versus the chase card that you pulled yourself. I have multiple Dark Charizards. One of them I pulled myself out of a box. It graded CGC 10. Which Charizard do you think I'm most attached to? The ones I bought from other people or the one I pulled myself? You know, so it ends up being that the cards you open for yourself and have a special moment with have a little extra value, a little more sentimental value. Okay, little Dusclops, I'm a fan. Atticus. So these packs are as tough as ever. We're seeing typical prismatic pulls. This is not unusual. Prismatic is very difficult. Was 1,200 just dropped on prismatic? It was. Here's Monkey Dory. That's what Isai was doing when the set first came out. Remember Isai? He's got boxes of his stuff just laying over here. He must have, he must have had some fatigue after all the packs he opened, because he has not had me ship those. Here's Floodamane. He must have been feeling kind of bad because he has not had me ship them. Here's Flareon, because that's how difficult Prismatic is, guys. Prismatic's definitely, I think it is the Dark Souls of Pokemon card sets. It's the most difficult set I've ever seen get opened. Here's Dun Sparse. Likewise, the cards coming out of this set, they are not selling cheap. They are going for so much money because people who open the set know how difficult it is for those cards to have pulled. Here's a Lacey. All right, we got Lacey. Are the pulls similar to Evo Skies? No, these are worse than Evo Skies, definitely, because of the difference in the cost. Like Evo Skies, back in the day when it launched, you could open a lot of Evo Skies. You can't open a lot of this because the price is so high. All right, we've got Archelodon, Sneasel, Vaporeon, Regigigas. You know what's crazy is I haven't even seen a Master Ball pour out of these. Here we go, Regigigas and Archelodon. Wow, guys. That's the first half of the order. That was a $600 round. Let's review his pulls, and we can hold hands together and let the pain travel through our bodies as a group. It's because of Evo Skies that this set blew up. Well, I would say it's because evolutions are so popular that either of them blew up. Okay, we got lots of reverse hollows. So Archelodon, Regigigas, Snorlax is decent, Lacey, Terrapagos, Flareon, Fluttermane, Munkidori, Atticus, Scoop Up. You got a hollow Umbreon. Don't underestimate that. Dreepy, Airy, Binding Moki, Execute, Sylveon reverse is decent, Execute, and Sylveon. There it is. What you guys just witnessed was $600 of packs getting opened, and him not pulling a $600 card at all. That is very, very typical of Prismatic. Yeah. All right. Crazy. Pretty good. Off work now. People think this is Evo Skies 2.0. Well, it is in the similar concept, in the fact that it's, you know, an evolution set. Not a lot of evolution sets out there, and they tend to do very well. Like, for example, the original Team Rocket set from way, way, way back in 2000 or whatever, that was an evolution set. It's got Dark Flareon, Dark Jolteon, and Dark Vaporeon in it. And the Jungle set, that's an evolution set. And so, you know, Pokemon's been doing sets where it's like evolutions for a while now. They just seem to do well because it's one of the most popular things in Pokemon. Throw this away. When Evo Skies launched, it was easier to buy booster boxes. Yeah, so there's a big difference between these two, and that is, I think Evo Skies was more generous and cheaper, both. It was more generous and cheaper. This is stingier and way more expensive. Way more expensive. You got a chance of hitting that Jackpot God Pack, and that pays for it all. Ooh. Yeah, I would love to hit a Jackpot God Pack right now because this order's so deep. He put a lot on the line, so I'd love to see that. Tossing that. We have Mr. Isai's pulls coming back from PSA very soon, in fact. There it goes. You know, I told PSA that I approved of the price changes, but I didn't see them charge my account. When are they going to do that? All right. There we go. Holy prismatic, Batman. Yeah, you're not kidding, man. Okay, ready? Here goes. Snipping this. Anyone who pulls an Umbreon for themselves is going to be like huge bragging rights in this hobby, I'd say, because it's so incredibly difficult. And it is a good idea to actually get it recorded whenever it happens too. You want to be able to have proof. You want to be able to prove you did it. Okay, and no matter what it grades, you just hold on to it. All right, snipping that. There'll be a temptation to sell. There's always a temptation to sell. Sometimes you go, you know what? I need a new car or a new house or something like that. Can I brag even though I only pulled Korean Umbreon? You can, but it's not going to be the same bragging rights. It's still cool. It's just not as cool. Okay. Did they really intend for this to be this hard? Scoop up Cyclone. There it is, Atticus. Yeah, again, I noticed there's just tons of trainers that pour out of this set. When I see this Atticus card pour out, all I can think is we get lots of trainers and not lots of hits. All right, there's Sliveon. Wow. Crazy. Another Sylveon for you. Okay. Professor's Research. God, they gotta give this guy a Master Ball at least. This is crazy, man. He got Atticus. This is Burning Shadows vibe. Oh yeah, this is, again, definitely one of the hardest sets I've ever opened. Hey, what's up, Crazy? Here's Groudon, that's nice. Dude, this set's not even generous enough to give them Master Balls. It's really hard to watch because it gives them trainers instead of Master Balls. Here's Sylveon. Sylveon Ursaluna. Hidden Fate Zard. Well, now that was easier than this. Here's an Umbreon Holo. You don't want to skip those. Litleo, Sylveon. Okay. Here's Whimsicott. And wow, that's still not a Master Ball. It's a regular Hoot Hoot. Crazy, dude. Stingy as hell. Okay, here we go. Now, oh, okay, that is a Master Ball. Master Ball Golding gets pulled, guys. We did it. The Lugia's nice, though. Look at that. Master Ball Golding. The money is pouring in. Wealthy. God, dude, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. It's crazy to witness. That's crazy. It's not over yet, though. It's not over till the last pack is opened. Okay. Again, this is Omar Fava. We got to thank Mr. Omar. Thank you for the entertainment tonight, man. This is super cool. You taking a big risk and seeing if we get any luck. Might not be lucky. We're in our last quarter here, guys. Last quarter, everybody. He's got to pull something in the last quarter. 2 more Master Balls would be nice because, man, there were not a lot of Master Balls. He just kept pulling trainers. I swear, the trainers take the place of the Master Ball or the SIR. That's how it feels. Because you will get a trainer, and then it's like a bad omen. You'll get nothing for like 6 packs, and then you'll get another trainer, and then nothing for 6 packs, and then another trainer. Horrible. Okay, last round. This has got to be hot. It's got to be. Okay. Wow. Good, you have to use the coin machines. The coin machines. What is he saying? All right, here goes. Last round. Everyone pray for Mr. Omar. Let's get some cards. Here's Max Rod. Ursaluna. Lovely card. He's got like 3 of these now. Glass Trumpet. Wow. Buddy Buddy Poffin. Another Umbreon. That's Umbreon Reverse. It's a nice card. Might actually have some value. Look at the centering on it. Man. Atticus. Bro, I'm telling you, this is the death card. Atticus. 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 Aromatisse. All right, guys. Double Master Balls. Aromatisse has been pulled. We can all relax. Crazy. Here's Noivern. Here's Pupitar, another Umbreon. Never going to complain about picking up one of these. The Ogre Mask card's kind of cool. All right. Sliveon. Is this for one person? It is. This was 60 packs of prismatic, everybody. Ooh, Lugia. Another Lugia, that's nice. Ogre Pond. Lovely Ogre Pond. Black Belt Archelodon, 3 packs. Come on. Come on, bro. Sneasel Shaman. Oh my god, I'm thirsting for it. 2 packs left. 2 packs for glory. 1 pack left. Come on, Pokegods. Nah. Bronzor on the last pack. That was it. Aromatisse Master Ball and Goldeen Master Ball out of $1,200 a packs, everybody. You know what's crazy? That's not even unusual. I've seen this for a while. That's just actually how they feel to open. Woo! All right. Holy Jesus, dude. So here are the pulls, though. Lugia, Sylveon, Ogre, Umbreon, Noivern, Aromatisse, Umbreon, Ursaluna, Goldeen, Lugia, Hoot Hoot, Umbreon, Sylveon, Groudon, Sylveon, Archelodon, Regigigas. And you stay here. I'm going to get you some bonus pulls, okay, man? You really entertained us tonight, Mr. Amar. I'm going to give you some bonus pulls, gradable ones. I'm going to go get them real fast, guys. Ugh. Crazy, dude. All right. Gotta get him a couple pulls. Ugh. Will we ever learn from this set? Oh, there's the sneezes. God, dude. All right. Crazy. So he's gonna get this. We're gonna get some nice cards out of here, okay? I'm opening a fresh poker deck for him as bonus cards. How crazy is that? So let's just get you the good ones. The whole deck isn't good. I don't know how loved some of these Pokemon are. Oshawott good, though. Samurot's pretty neat. Victini, I guess. Growlithe is good. Eevee. Arcanine, he's good. Kyurem, Snivy. Raolu. Superior. Oops. Metagross. Alright, that's good. So, I can hand these out to you guys, too, if you want. But he's going to get the good ones. Alright, so you're getting a lot of bonus poker cards here. And these are all gradable. And some of them even sell for a lot of money. So, like, if you get 10s on them, some of them will sell between $50 and $100. Or $50 and $75. You're just getting this whole thing for free. Crazy. Just because of the size of your order, I like to see you do well. And this is no, what's the term? What's the expression? Hair off my chin. I bought these poker decks a long time ago and have done very well as a result. I bought a couple hundred of these poker decks. You don't know that, but I did that. I bought a couple hundred because I bought these by the case. I think I bought 3 cases of them. And I just been sitting there, letting them marinate, getting older and older. So there you go. I can afford to do that. Thank you, mister. Appreciate what you do. Wow, we appreciate you, man. You gave us some pristine entertainment for sure. So you got Tepig. Where's that? There's the Snivy. So, like I said, I didn't really take much damage here because I can just give these away. I've got so many. Look at that, Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott. By the way, this is good timing too. You know, with the with the new game, not the new game, the new black and white deck coming out. Hold on, one more. Let's get that Infernape after all. I don't know much about some of these Pokemons. How popular they are, that is. All right, so you're going to get this guy too because you got the 3 starters. All right, so that's nice. Now, gosh, let's get a bag like this. Pop these in here. That'll sweeten your pot a little bit. If you decide to do a submission, send off some of those poker cards. I can almost guarantee you, like, a lot of those will turn into 10s because I've been grading those for, like, the last 3 years. Those grade 10 pretty quickly. All right. Well-centered cards. Oh, my dear Lord, dude. What do you think about Rudy? He's nice. I like him. Nothing against him. By the way, Mr. Omar, as long as you're in the United States, if you would like a free round of shipping on this right here, this stack, I will offer you free shipping too, okay? So we can free ship this if you'd like. I think you probably have more up here, right? Batui's up here. All right, this was you coming back. That's what it was. So if you'd like, I'll ship this for free for you to make sure that you can submit them or do whatever you like to do with your cards. You just let me know, okay? I'll set that there for now. Okay. Holy schmolies, dude. That was a big freaking order. Now, Tyler Franson would like 1 prismatic. Oh, my dear God. I almost don't want this to be Umbreon, which I know it could be. The odds are very bad, but I know it could be. And yet, that would be so bad if it was. Okay, ready? I'll take you up on that. Also had a Japanese Tyranitar slab. Nice. So I will do a round of shipping for you right after we open this. And it is just like the other packs. There's just very tough, very cold packs. Thank you, Tyler. That's one thing I can say about you, mister, is when someone has terrible luck, you try to make it up for them a little bit. Yeah, I tend to have little tricks sometimes. Try and help out. Yes. I guess what that means is I consider those poker decks to be very high value at yet a very low cost. Kind of a sweet spot kind of item, you know? Some people ask that question, like, what is the most, you know, high value, underpriced item you can think of, you know? And so if you think about it, that would be something that I'm trying to use as a giveaway to improve your bag. So that was Tyler. Oh, right. And then we agreed I would go ahead and give you a round of shipping. You got a slab to send out as well. Okay, we'll actually do this way. Take this chunk here. We'll take this chunk right here. And let's turn it into 2 bags. So that's a little bonus too. You're going to get a free round of shipping on this order. Because it's a lot of cards. Okay. Let's grab one of these. Okay, label time. And okay, let's see if this prints or if it fights us. There it goes. Okay, cool, man. Well, Alexis is in on Monday. She might actually have this going out tomorrow. I'm renting out Caesar's Palace for a weekend in Vegas. Wow, very fancy. Think of how many Pokemon cards that could have been, though. That could have been so many Pokemon. So now we have Danny St. Amour, 3 fortnights. Any of y'all want me to send a jet to scoop you up for the hoedown at Caesar's Palace? The hoedown? There's hoes that are down. I like Las Vegas. I like Nevada a lot. I think it's sexy that they have like legal prostitution over there. They're the only state that does that. I don't think I would ever use that kind of service, but I think it's kind of cool because it's like, it's more free than the other states in a way. It's like more loosey-goosey. Here it is. Maybe a little less restrictive. Makes it look like an adult playground. Maybe that's the point. There it is. Sin City. Sin City is very sexy to me. All right, here goes. Danny. I just remembered last night I was looking on eBay, as I do multiple times a day, and found somebody that has so many TCC graded slabs. Probably his name was John or something, right? Because that would be Mr. John. There you go. Yeah, he did a lot of grading with us. He was really supporting our grading. And I wish I could have handed him more 10s. Actually, I wish what I could have done, I wish I could have sat down with him with his raw cards and just been like, I could have just picked through his cards and told him, don't send any of these. Because he was sent a couple that would, they'd all grade like 9 or 9.5 or 8. And I think he was just kind of grabbing a whole bunch and sending them in. I was about to say, John has a lot. Danny, say no more. No, he's been very kind to us, and I only wish I could have handed him more 10s. That's all I'm saying. But I had to make sure that if I give out a 10 and somebody crossed it at PSA, I had to make sure it was going to actually turn into a 10 without allowing myself to become too stingy either, you know. So it's a tricky balance. Here's Flareon. Chameleon. Rack. Them Vages guys are crazy. Vages? Mickey Mouse for $140. This is 1935 vintage Mickey Mouse. It's a pretty cool card. We do have another order. 2 boxes of Nikke Carlos Chaveras. 2 boxes of Nikke. I'll be right back, guys. 2 boxes of... Well, tonight's been a busy-ass night, dude. All right. Got some lovely cards here. Oops. All right. Heck, man, if we're shipping that bag out for him, I'm just going to give him the rest of these poker cards anyways. Why not? I don't mind. I'm going to just give him the rest of these. He can have the whole deck. Doesn't matter to me. All right. So, whew, look at these. Okay, 2 boxes of Nikke. You know, I kind of picked all the good ones out of that deck, and I realized at that point, might as well just give him the whole deck. What's the difference? I still want to send my Blaine's Charizard to Mr. to get graded by him. To me. All right, this is for Carlos Chaveras. Hello, Carlos. How are you tonight? That's box number 1. Today we went walking out on like a main street out here, and there's a big sort of like biker culture out here, like Harley Davidson. And on the main street, there's this very large leather shop. We'd never gone inside of it, but we went inside, and Karis was having me try on all these leather jackets. She wants me to buy a leather jacket now. What do you guys think? I was like, I can't be spending money on leather jackets. I wear gym shorts. What, my leather jacket going to go with my gym shorts? Gym shorts and sandals? And they're so expensive. They're like $400 for a nice big leather jacket. $400. That's like a Charizard. I can't be buying that. Leather jackets don't go up in price. Charizard goes up in price. It is. Okay. Don't spend money on nothing but pokies. That's right. Leather gym shorts. Leather gym shorts. But boy, it smelled good in there, man. I like that smell. The leather, treated leather smell. It's very nice. The shop was ran by an old couple. A husband and wife, it looked like. And they both looked like bikers. They were quite old. They looked like they were in their late 50s, early 50s. They had white hair. The husband was like a skinny dude with like a big bushy beard that he had braided down. Yes. All right. They watched you like a hawk too, man. There must be a lot of theft or something. We're not thieves. But they were like watching us. They're like, don't you be stealing from us, bitches. I love how we all compare the price of things to Pokemon cards. Ah, the finer things. All right, here goes. We're starting 2 boxes of Nikke for our friend, Mr. Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How are you tonight? Anyways, I do feel bad for Karis in some ways. I pretty much have the same... it's my wardrobe's a little bit bigger than it used to be, but it's basically like the same 20 shirts and the same 20 shorts, and they're all basically just simple polo t-shirts and simple like gym shorts, basically just comfortable gym shorts. And I don't really wear anything else. I got a pair of sandals I wear. I got a pair of walking shoes. My wardrobe's about as small as it could be. Let's see. I don't do even a slight amount of fashion. And I feel like a part of me is proud of that. Like, you've avoided fashion. Good job. But another part of me is maybe getting a little older. Maybe my personality's fleshing out more. And it's like, you're kind of a loser. Maybe put on something nice for once. It is. But it's that sort of, I think some people sort of identify or they cherish the whole, like, struggle stage in their life where you can't afford anything and you're just trying to save up money or you're trying to invest or something. And it becomes like a familiar, cozy, comfortable way of life to just be like, oh, yeah, well, this shirt, I only paid $5 for this shirt and I wore it for 7 years. You know, that kind of thing. So, but that's definitely not peacocking at all. Polo sweatsuit. Doing good, mister. I hope you're doing well. I vote yes on the leather jacket. Now, wait a second. All right. I'm not ready. Here's this. Oh, yeah. Here's this. She probably does get tired of me not taking a great interest in my outward appearance. I'm this talkative guy. I talk a lot. I have a lot to say. And I am very opinionated. I like to talk about philosophy and science and politics, and especially I like to talk about money. So I guess I'm a nerd, right? That would be the right category. And I do not focus on looking really good with the way I dress. So she loves me anyways. She puts up with it, but maybe I should actually try to dress nice for once. Just put some sort of fashion together for me. Dang, dude, look at these cards, man. This is ridiculous. No wonder this sells out. When does Azure Lane 2 English come out? Sandals or bust? Sneakerhead economist. You're not a loser, you're just very frugal, and because of that, you'll be able to enjoy your life in the older age. Yeah, that's true, but I do think, like, I'm alive now. You know, these years, I'm 36, right? These years are important years, I think. Because we all turn 50 and 60 and 70, but it's like, those years, you're so old, you're kind of giving up a bit, you know? You're kind of like, you're not expected to be sexy, you're not expected to be daddy or anything like that, right? And so time's running out to effectively sort of live and be in my 30s and not be 40 and not be 50 and not be 60. So it's like, maybe I should do something that's like cathartic or something for this time period. And I don't know. It's just, I think I'm the kind of person I'd rather sit around and think about things than go get dressed real nice and be sociable to some degree. Okay, so there it is, Carlos. No signature popping out, but you did get some really sexy cards here. Look at these. The second box was definitely where all the hits were. Look at those. Jesus. Buy RAV4. Yeah. I'm a bit stingy with my money, and I think that's not very sexy for girls. Carlos. All right. I'm stingy, but I'm not stingy when it comes to the card collecting at all. I'll toss around thousands here, thousands there. I'll be like, oh, this is interesting and new. Why don't I pour thousands of dollars into it? You know, like the Karudas or coins or just whatever it is I'm getting hyped over. I'll get real crazy all of a sudden. Just start spending all my money in one direction. That leather jacket make you look really tough. Oh, yeah. Okay, Carlos Chaveras, 2 boxes of Nikke and a round of shipping. You know, I thought you would do that, and so I actually brought in 2 more boxes. How crazy is that? I've done this long enough to know that if that round didn't end up the way you wanted it to, that you would be tempted to go further, because it's hard. It's hard to go to sleep. It's hard to relax if you go deep into a set and pull nothing, and it's like, well, then I just want to keep pulling. Like if you pull a signature, you'd be like, I'm done. Perfect. All right, but it's all about getting to that hit, you know, that makes you feel like you've got something cool and exciting for your collection. When I turn the traction control off, I can do crazy burnouts. Yeah? I've never really been into fashion. I was never really into like cars or motorcycles or any of that stuff. I guess I really was into the nerdy stuff. I liked writing. When I was younger. I would do a lot of writing. I liked making stuff. I liked drawing too, believe it or not. When I was a kid, I did a lot of drawing. I don't do so much drawing anymore. I guess I like making things. When I was in my teenage years, I liked doing wood crafting. Because that was like a creative thing, you know? I did that all the time. I made hundreds of items. I only took a couple with me when I left home. Took a couple nice things with me when I left home. I left hundreds and hundreds of items behind. I took my writings with me when I left home. I have a suitcase full of writings. Time to get a real bad Pokemon addiction. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Very nice. Here we are. I remember when I was a kid, working in my dad's wood shop. I'd have been like 15 or something, right? And most kids were at school. They were at public school getting an education. And I was just this like weird Catholic family, oldest brother, 11 siblings, and my parents freaking out almost every day over money about how we don't have enough. Especially my mom. She was just completely on the edge all the time, worried we're going to default. And so I'd wake up and I'd go out in the garage and I'd work all day in that garage. That's where the wood shop was hosted, was in our garage. And, oh yeah, I posted something in our Discord server. I found my old parents' home. It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, although it was originally 2-bathroom. We built the 3rd one later. So 13 people squeezed into a 4-bedroom home, and the square footage of the home was 1,600. That was the square footage, tiny basically. It's not the smallest thing ever, but that's pretty small. 1,600 for 13 people. No wonder we were at each other's throats, but it really was like being squeezed into a sardine tin, huh? But anyways, the business was, stream looks pretty good for being run on Wi-Fi. Nice. I remember being out in that garage, working all day long, and Bill O'Reilly, the conservative talk show host, would pop on. And I remember listening to him talk about how when he was younger, he worked really bad jobs. He didn't get paid any money. And, you know, he just worked really hard to eventually get where he was. And so he was a radio show host, and I was listening to him talk about it. And I remember when I was younger, feeling sort of inspired by his story and thinking, man, wouldn't it be crazy if I had a job talking on the radio one day? And here's the craziest part. That's basically my job right now. Right now, my job is talking. I'm talking at this moment. And so all that kind of happened. It's one of those like memories that sticks with you because you don't expect to do maybe a job like this. It's an unusual job. Talking to people is an unusual job, I'd say. Entertaining, perhaps. But I remember him talking about that because what stood out about his story was the fact that he didn't really believe he was ever going to do something like that. You know, he didn't think that that was going to be in his future. And I thought, how interesting. What if that ended up happening to me one day? And so, yeah, that was some of those defining features all the way back then. Here it is. All right, so box number 1's basically open. We got the 3 full arts out. No Siggy yet. We can keep going, Carlos. We can go all night. All right. Let's see. We got a holo here. Yeah, he was a big-time conservative. My parents liked to listen to conservative radio. And when I was younger, I was a conservative. And then when I left home, I was a big-time liberal. I was like, conservatives are stupid and wrong. Let's skip this one. All right, not ambient enough. That one's got to be passed up. All right. Haha, my wallet can't pay for shipping to stop me. I see what you're saying. Sure. Okay, that's a full art there. And let's see. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Blue-haired girl. Girl with guns attached to her sides. British police officer looking girl. Policia! All right. Good. I used to listen to Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity. 18 years ago, Sean Hannity. He must be so old now. He still makes content for Fox News. All right. Michael Savage. I remember Michael Savage at night. That guy was crazy. Glenn Beck. Who remembers Glenn Beck? Then there was the big one. There was Rush Limbaugh. Whew. Rush Limbaugh. All these old conservative political entertainers. All right. Good. All right. The drive old muscle cars and Lambos. One of my old neighbors was very wealthy and had a very big car collection. But if you saw him, you would have thought he was a homeless, hayward, raggedy clothes, and never wore shoes. Yeah, I guess at some point you're like, I guess I can dress and look however I want, and I want to look like a slob. There goes. That's how I feel sometimes when I'm walking around like Walmart or something. It's like I'll be walking around and I'll look like I like blend in like I belong at Walmart. You know, like I've got my flip-flops on and I got my dumb looking t-shirt and my ugly looking basketball shorts. And I'm like, yeah, I've got $1 million of Pokemon cards in the lake house hiding in the back room. All right, there it is. Carlos. You would not guess that by looking at me. Here it is. Or maybe you would. Maybe this is what a Pokemon card collector looks like. Maybe I look like the average card collector. But, you know, I think card collecting it sort of has become this like pseudo crypto bro thing. I think it has. All right, Carlos. What do you guys think? Ooh, have we shipped you before? Let's see. With an R, let's try that. Ah, there it is. Okay, good. We got you. And how heavy is this? It's not too bad. All right, printing this. Stamps has encountered a problem. What could the problem be? Let me restart Stamps. Staying shipping software is so bad sometimes. Wow, those Evolving Skies hitting $1,600 a box. Crazy, man. And I bought them for $140 back in the day, $140. And then you got You know, anyone who bought a lot of the Scarlet Violet boxes, they're smiling ear to ear right now. I didn't do that as much, but I bought an awful lot of the 151 Premium Collection boxes. I got a lot of those. And then the other thing I've got a lot of is the XY era booster boxes. I actually have a sealed case of Phantom Forces. How crazy is that? I opened it up to make sure that it was not tampered with when it arrived, and then I sealed it back up. So technically the tape has been cut, but I personally know that is an untampered with case of it. It is. It is. So somebody who's buying it may not want to count it as a sealed one, but I do in my mind. I love when I get followed by security in stores. I can pick them out easily. I did it for 11 years. I know how they move, and they will treat me like they think I'm stealing because of my clothing. Well, you come in with like a coat in summertime, a coat with big pockets. What? You're profiling me. There you go. You got like the biggest, baggiest, you know, shorts with mega pockets. You're wearing a coat. You're wearing an item that obscures your face a little bit. Get this guy. Okay, Mr. Carlos, we got your bag ready to ship. Thank you, man. I always wear a hoodie and basketball shorts. Oh, is that kind of like the sign? Up to no good, kind of like hoodlum thing. Kendo Palor, 5 hollow summers. All right, let's get you 5 hollow summers. This guy's up to no good. He's got a hoodie on. He's a hoodlum. All right, here we are. Oh, nope, that's the premium one. All right, give me a moment, Mr. Kendo Palor. I got to go get more of these. Ow. All right, Hololive. Climbing over all these boxes. Ta-da! I'm so proud of me. All right, brought a couple of them in. Good. Loss prevention be a little shady sometimes. Okay. I want a red back Charizard so bad. Red back Charizard. Now, what are you referring to? You mean like a poker? Poker Charizard? There we go. Says Aaron. Here's this girl. Oh. I just picked up 2 more PSA 10 Poker Zards in a trade with Mr. Anthony Kalura. Those were 2 of the cards he was sending in to commission, and I just said I'll buy them. Ooh, no stamps this time, Mr. Kendo. All right. Reminding us once again why cards are expensive. Kendo with the K. He's going to be over here, I think. Smack that like button, guys. Yes, if you're having fun tonight. By the way, if you're new, smash that subscribe button. We're heading pretty quickly to 100,000 subscribers. And when we hit that number, not only will I get a nice play button and a check mark next to my name when I talk in other streams. But additionally, you guys will get a large giveaway. We're doing a $5,000 giveaway when we reach 100,000 subscribers. So help me out with that. You can subscribe and you can recommend this channel to a friend who you know collects cards. I wouldn't, bug anyone else with it. But yeah, if you have a friend who collects cards, you might mention to them that we have a nice little community thing going on for us, and they're welcome to join. Here's Furo, and here is the star card. Okay, we have an order from Danny St. Amour, Azure Lane, Volume 2, ×3. You got it, Mr. Danny St. Amour. Danny. Danny, you've been with us for a while, haven't you? All right. Let's do it. Let's snip. Snipping that. Tonight ended up being a pretty big night, thanks to our friend, Mr. Omar. So we got to thank him. We had a big night tonight. Unexpectedly large night. Boops. And we've got a girl wearing a dark colored outfit. She's got gigantic titties. All right. Hello. Danny's bag is over here. Did you guys watch the new Last of Us episode? They post a new episode every Sunday. I felt like this episode was so bad because there's like a love scene between the two main characters, but there's so little actual chemistry. Also, I have so much trouble sort of like believing that these girls who look like they're in like middle school are running around just like being super badass. That's really hard to imagine. They don't look the part, they don't look like they would last very long in the post-apocalypse world. So they're just outrunning people, dodging bullets. So what are you talking about, dude? All right. It was very, very strange. Kendall Pallor, 4 more. Hololive Summer. Something in the summertime. Ellie, I'm pregnant. What? Oh my God, bro. But does anyone, if you're watching the show, does anyone else feel like the love interest and the main character have like zero chemistry with each other? They almost feel like they're talking to a green screen. Bloop. Kendo Pallor. Oh, blonde-haired girl. Red-haired girl. I love the body shape here. The like the whole long stomach thing. I don't know why that's so sexy on girls. There it is. I feel like the artists here or whoever made up these characters understood that that's a body shape for some women. All right. It's like a height torso or something. It's hard to describe. Kendo. Like, look at her frame. It's more stocky, right? All right. I like it when girls look like aliens, basically. Okay. Here's Glaceon. Ooh, that's XY era Glaceon 8. He graded that recently, huh? Let me take a look at this. Oh, yeah, it's off-center. Yeah, it's an 8. It's an 8. I don't care to watch Season 2 since the story sucked in the game, but loved Season 1. I feel like The Last of Us has a very, very, very good thing going on for it. The whole idea of the story, like this cordyceps idea, brilliant. It's a zombie game. They got excellent visuals, and the designs are fantastico. So now they just need to take their world that they've crafted and just run a really cool story with it. And yeah, I think that there's some sort of primal, exciting feeling where it's like this older man and he's fighting the zombies, but oh yeah, he's not allowed to be just sort of like a vagabond because he's got this, this younger girl who he's protecting, and she's unskilled, basically. She's unskilled. She's not as smart or careful as him, right? He's the older man with all the intelligence and experience, and she's the Padawan, essentially. And so there's that combination is a fantastic sort of like match. You know what I'm saying? Sort of. We were talking about this in The Office too. You know how you had Michael Scott, and then what was the name of the love interest? Janet. What was the name of the who's the bad guy who he's dating, and they just got a horrible romance, super toxic relationship. I think it's Janet, and she's a Karen, right? And she's like this overly controlling, disapproving motherly type, right? Like she's like this strict mother type, right? She's going to criticize and not accept anything you do. And then Michael Scott, he's like this, grown up adult baby or adult kid. And so they don't mesh at all together. They're like opposites. And it just creates this hilarious dynamic. Well, that's the same in Last of Us when you get the older guy and the girl, and there's this great dynamic. So when you're writing characters in the stories, they need to have some kind of dynamic. And I'm watching season 2, and not only am I not feeling like some kind of special dynamic between the characters, Ellie and the side character, the love interest, I'm not actually believing that they're in love. Like the acting is just not good enough. The acting's not good enough. It's so awkward. Carol, Donna, Jan. Yeah, I think it was Jan. You're right. I think her name was Jan. That's right. And again, Jan's this sort of like waspy, sort of critical woman who has kind of like an angry mother feeling, right? and it's very funny because the polar opposite of Michael Scott, and he's sort of like this emotionally stunted, sort of like man baby, a little bit narcissistic. But you could tell very sensitive, easy to hurt. He doesn't have a shell as much, right? So it's the dynamic between them. There's so much you can do with them when they're in a relationship with each other. It's so toxic and so funny. But yeah, again, I'm watching season 2 of Last of Us, and I'm just like, what's the story here? Like, what am I supposed to be enjoying? And it's actually really hard to say what. It's hard to say what, but you've got these 2 girls who look like they could be like. They look like they could be like 15, to be honest. They look really not adult-like. And they're just like smooching, I guess. And it's supposed to be like sexual or something. They get like a sex scene in. And it's like, ooh, cringe, dude. Look away. It was really cringy. It's like, yikes. With the zero chemistry between them. Look at this beautiful Groudon. Isn't that a nice card? Let's get this in the Poke Shuffle. Took me by the hand. That's right. Made me a man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That one night, you made everything all right. It's so funny how the song alludes to her having an extramarital affair, some sort of cheating affair with this accountant hunter. But you have no proof of it, so you're not sure. It just seems like it's probably happening. Man, look at these cards, man. We just got so many cards just like this. Ignore everything Corn says. Buy more spots. All right, here's Diglett from the Quest stickers. Ooh, Diglett. Eevee. Here's Dark Crobat. Flareon. And what time is it? 4:18. So we got a good solid hour left, everybody. Right now, the queue is empty. If you'd like to open anything at all, and if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask any of your questions. I got some packs I can show off here that kind of show the menu a little bit. We got this Dragon Ball, Heat Wave, Battle Partners, Terror Festival Korean, these very funny little ponies, My Little Ponies. Fortnite, this has been popular. Here is Legacy Final Fantasy, Minecraft. It seems like some of these could probably go back down in their boxes. Here it goes, Vintage SpongeBob. That's great. Yuzusoft, which is actually kind of a naughty girl card set. So there's some lewd cards in here. $5 a pack if you haven't tried that. Solo Leveling, which has been one of the top-selling sets in the menu. For a whole week, it was the top-selling set. It beat everything. It beat Pokemon. Here's Minecraft. These are the Hobby Box Minecraft packs that give you a chance for a numbered chicken jockey. And we saw the 1 of 1 chicken jockey sell for like, what was it, like $18,000? So I'm pretty sure there's still like 5 of 5 to pull out of there. You go after that. Hololive Elite Spark fresh case of this. Okay, I have a fresh case. Hasn't been opened yet. Tears of the Planet. That's a new Final Fantasy. We got OP11. We got, by the way, is there new, there must be a new Final Fantasy coming out soon. I need to catch up and find out what's coming out soon because I feel like I need to be placing some fresh orders. Topps Finest. We got Halo. Beautiful packs. That is a small representation of our menu. There's a lot more stuff on the actual menu. Chicken jockeys are the best. Now, the one thing that we're really good at are breaks and slabs. We got tons of breaks and tons of slabs, like this beautiful Elo Kid here for $90. He's great. Here's Wigglytuff, $290. Here's Ash Blossom. That's from Caleb. Here's Iona. I own a bunch of those, so that's just rotating over and over again. Here's Rapidash. Ooh, this nice Charizard. So he's actually $200, and he's a special Charizard with the green label on the back. That means he's a very rare Charizard. And here is a Raikou. Raikou's been rotating long enough. He's coming down. Gunslinger in the Abyss is August 8th. That's the next one. The next Final Fantasy is in August. That's like they're taking a break from it. That's a long time from now. All right, let's see. So we'll jump over here. We'll go ahead and head right over to the All Slabs Made channel so we can take a picture of these slabs. And the Wigglytuff is so expensive. The Wigglytuff is so expensive, it's going to head right on over to the Pricey Slabs channel. All right. It'd be crazy if you're roll 1. What would be crazy? There's a picture of Wigglytuff. Took you by the hand, made me a man that one night. Gross. You made everything alright. Tears of the Planet was like April, really. Okay, we have Danny St. Amour kind of going deeper here. Japanese fusion Blazing Aura, no hollows, and slab away payment on the Dragonite. So you sent a total of 98 to me. That's what I received. And this is 38, right? So that means you sent 60 towards your Dragonite. So Mr. Danny, give me a minute here. Oh, that would mean that the Dragonite is done. Let's go grab that Dragonite. Let's see if it's over here first. You know, we're in a new month. We can start to do the slab repos soon. Oh yeah, beautiful slab. Nice. Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy is in June, so I'm pretty sure they're avoiding that. Oh, that makes sense. They don't want to do a double release. Release! Chicken Jockey. The Nether. Okay. Boy, that movie ended up being a big success for them, didn't it? It made them a lot of money. Mark this real fast. There we go. All right. So Karis and I still haven't decided where to move to. It seems like an impossible choice. Yes. Florida is still tempting, but we realize now the cost of living in Florida is not going to be, you know, better than what we're doing now. Even with the taxes, the no state taxes, it's not going to matter. Snip this. Just not going to matter. All right. because of all the extra insurance you got to pay. Ready? So he said no hollows. Visit Michigan and I'll adopt your cats. Is that what you said? Ooh, there's a nice Awaken card. Do you want the Awaken cards? Okay. Oh. Yeah, I wish somebody could take the cats. That'd be really nice. They are going to go to a shelter, cat shelter. Hopefully get readopted. Okay. People out here definitely love animals. All right. So Florida is off the list. That leaves where? I wouldn't say Florida is off the list, just that it's much more difficult to choose a place than we originally thought. Because there's like these upsides to Florida. The upsides are that it's very pretty, warm, swimmable beaches. Warm beaches, houses where you could maybe afford to have like a waterfront style home, even like a bad one, but like a or semi-decent one, depending on where you're going. So Florida is still looking really nice in certain ways. It's just we realize it's not a money-saving move. It's in fact, it's probably a money-spending move. The cost of living goes up, insurance goes up, car insurance goes up. Probably going to have to do repairs on the home every time a bad hurricane comes around. Might have to stop my stream for a while when a hurricane comes around. Might lose power, stuff like that, you know. And of course, it'd be pretty bad if the cards ever got swept up in a hurricane and lost. Although I don't think that would happen. We'd find a way to protect them. But yeah, so it's... Ooh, nice. It's not so clear that Florida is the best move. There's Houston, Texas is now being considered too. Houston, Texas, which has considerably fewer hurricanes, almost in half. The number of hurricanes in Houston, Texas is almost half as many. So Texas is being considered now. Nevada is still being considered. Wyoming and South Dakota scare us. We're scared if we move to Wyoming and South Dakota. We're worried we're going to move there and just get bored again. Like we're going to go there and it's going to feel a lot like where we just left. Not enough to do to keep us happy, keep us entertained. We especially want like indoor places to go shopping and walking. Indoor places, which is really lacking out where we live currently. Ooh. So shops and malls, really important. If you live in a place with absolutely no mall and no large places to go shopping, you quickly discover how boring life is. You're like, all right, let's go walk in the mountains again. Ooh, let's go walk in those trees over there again. Let's go walk by that water again. And you walk by the water again for the 100th time. And you're like, I can't take it anymore. I need to see new things. Hurricanes are getting stronger. Let's see. Lots of places to go shopping. If you move to Houston, Houston Woodlands area, Montgomery is nice. Yeah, so, you know, it would be interesting to move to a place that maybe just has a nice cheap home with a decent size and not have to pay quite as much hurricane insurance for a nice home. But, you know, so that's part of the problem, really, isn't it? If we buy like a castle in Florida, like this big, expensive, beautiful home that just costs a lot, we're on a big mortgage. Well, in addition to the mortgage, we're going to have this new property taxes. And if the property taxes are bad, you know, you're really losing a lot of money just because you own a big house. And if the insurance rates are bad, and they are, I've kind of learned more about them, well, then you're really punished for having a big home. You have a big home, well, you're going to get punished for that. You're going to pay extra for that. So, you know, you're kind of discouraged from doing that in Florida. In Florida, you want to own a cheap home, a small, cheap home. That's what you want. And I don't know. I don't know if I'd be happy with that. You know, it's hard to do that after living in this house, you know, and then to go through a massive downgrade and just be like, all right. Also that insurance and property taxes align in the right way, you know, it's confusing exactly what to do next. You want it here in Washington. I live near Seattle, and you can be in every type of climate within 3 hours, and it doesn't rain as much as people think. Lol. Yeah, I've heard some nice things about Seattle. All right. For me, Seattle's so far north that I know it's not going to get the warm summers that I'd like to have. I'd like it to be a little warmer. But yeah, Seattle's pretty cool. I think, I think I'd probably move to a place like South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, before I would go to Washington, because Myrtle Beach is going to have that hotter weather and the swimmable water. And so, North Carolina, South Carolina, even Georgia and Mississippi, they all have beach. And Houston, Texas, I guess the beach is kind of a big priority to me, because that was what we originally were going to do before we moved out here to Lake of the Ozarks. No income tax. I have heard about that. Yeah, I have heard about that for Seattle. I used to live in Tacoma, pretty area, but the place has been flooded with assholes. Oh, no. Yeah, anytime you have something good and people figure it out using the internet, everyone wants in. They all go, all right, move over, let me in. We got an hour left together, guys. There are no orders in the queue. Place an order if you'd like to watch some cards get open, or sit back and listen to me talk about stuff all night. So Tacoma, huh? There's Tennessee. That's another one of those no-income states. There's Tennessee, Wyoming, South Dakota, Massachusetts is one, isn't it? Massachusetts is one. Washington is one. Man, I'm tempted to just go to Hawaii. Just go to Hawaii. Middle of nowhere, Hawaii. Out in the ocean. Because Karis and I have a unique thing going on where we technically could just go to Hawaii. We bring our jobs with us. And so we wouldn't be worried about jobs at all. Let's go to Hawaii already. I joke with Karis about that every now and then. I say, why are we doing all this hard work? Let's just go get a house in Hawaii. We're overthinking it. Let's just move over there. I used to live all over this country. Yeah? Maybe you have some insight into some of the nicer places. What did you discover? Oh, these are nines. Oh, yeah. We were hosting breaks on these gray felt hat Pikachus. I forgot about that. God, dude, I want to regrade these, to be honest. These would be so much more expensive if I cracked them and sent them to another company and they turn into 10s. It's really tempting, actually. Puerto Rico? Yeah. Jonathan Lewandowski liked Arizona, Florida, Texas, Washington were some of the best places currently resided in Texas. Texas tough. Well, shucks. Look at that coughing. Kingdra. Rockets Mewtwo. Light Togetic with a big swirl. Charizard. Lesbian. Mew. Lived here the longest, and Texas never ends. Plenty to do. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Dratini. Gengar. Nurse Joy, but it's actually Misty. Charizard. Quip's Drawing. Pichu. Oh, there's the Rayquaza. We found him. Somebody put that in the slab away already. We found the Rayquaza. Who was that put that in the slab away? Does anyone remember? The thing that sucks about a lot of places that have no income tax, they have a high property tax. Yeah, I read that they kind of make up for it in other ways, essentially. So it is interesting, isn't it? I think that was one of the reasons why Nevada was so tempting, because I read that Nevada didn't make up for it in tricky ways. The way they made up for it is in selling gambling. The gambling pays for the state's income. Now, this Rayquaza went to who? We're going to go over to the slab away. It went to... this is really difficult. Can I search it? Rayquaza. Alana Bale. I don't see it. Well, I'm going to place this up here because I know somebody put this in the slabway. I just don't remember who. Hey, TCC, has my package returned to you yet? No, today's a Sunday, so we wouldn't have gotten any packages today. But if it's on the way back, we should be getting it, you know, probably during the weekdays. All right, we do have an order over here from Saul Jimenez. Mr. Saul, let's see what we have going on. Saul says, can I get a spot in the Brilliant Stars box break and one Minecraft hobby pack? Yes, you can. So that will tick this guy up to 4 out of 10. Now, I know this is going to start to get real tempting by the time it's at the end. There it is, Brilliant Stars. Remember, this is a Charizard Alt-Art set. It's really not that bad. It's also out of print. Okay, we'll get a card out for you. People aren't going to Vegas like they used to. I heard that Las Vegas got like super expensive. And then people just kind of gave up on it. It became like this thing where people are going, oh man, why would I even show up to this? Here's box battle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are 4 deep on the box battle. Nice. Casinos have gone virtual. Yeah, I've heard about that too. People are just gambling online, which means that, you know, Las Vegas doesn't have this monopoly that it once had. 1 pack of the Minecraft hobby box. Yeah, so these are hobby box Minecraft cards. Let's see if he pulls a numbered card. All right. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's really interesting. Must be scary if you live in Nevada and you rely on that to make your income. Ooh, you got one of these chrome cards. Not numbered, though. This one's called Stayin' Frosty. Cool. He's walking on top of the lava. Is that what's going on? Good. Competition is needed. There it is. Competition is supposed to not be a bad thing. Wow, he totally did pull a chicken jockey. Nice, dude. Congratulations. So, Saul Jimenez, you've pulled a standard chicken jockey. Chicken jockey. This one won't have a number on it, but the goal is to pull the chicken jockey in this slot, in the slot of the rare card. That's great, man. These are hilarious. All right, I would definitely grade that because it will probably do well. All the Indian casinos in SoCal have been starting online gambling sites for their casinos. That's really interesting, the idea of that, huh? You know, sort of a mad rush to be the #1 casino online. It's also a kind of a little bit scary, the idea that people can just log into their cell phone and lose all their money. You know, you used to have to go to the casino, and I think the fact that you had to go to the casino heavily restricted your ability to lose all your money. Now they can get you from your cell phone. And that is kind of scary. I scroll through TikTok sometimes and I get these adverts for like playing the game Solitaire, and it'll be like, I made $150 today playing Solitaire. Yeah, right, bro. So stupid, dude. Definitely just a different slot machine, right? They've tricked you into thinking that this game is a slot machine or not a slot machine. Here's Tremula. I got paid $150 because I won at Solitaire. Yeah, right. Here's Dragonite. It's kind of wicked, you know. I feel like what... So I don't think they should be outlawed, but what they should actually do is come in and say, you know, this is just computer solitaire, and we control the RNG. We control what card shows up next in your solitaire deck. And we've actually coded this so that there's only a 60% payout. You know what I mean? Something like that. And if they had to actually report that, you know, like when we do a breakup on the table, you guys know exactly the odds. You know, you can do the math, you can see what the card cost, all that stuff, right? You can't do that on those digital apps and stuff like that. When it's all online gambling, you can't do that. They hide all that information from you. And so it's just, I don't think it's good, man. It's the devil. That is the ability to get your money so quickly. Yeah, they get your money real fast. That one's nice. Okay, chicken jockey it is. Thank you for that. The junkies are all hooked on slots nowadays. They all loiter at smoke shops and play on their phones. Oh my gosh, I kind of have a story to tell about that too. So out here in Lake of the Ozarks, there is a gaming club for basically for like high school aged kids, even younger as well. And it was on just this guy, this very nerdy guy. He opens up a gaming club for Camdenton, Missouri. It's a retail shop that's connected to other retail shops, just like a strip mall, right? And he put together a big room where there was like tables for playing cards, for playing Minecraft. He set up like TVs and kids bring their stuff over, and there's a bunch of computer screens and everyone. It's a great thing. It's very successful. So he's a great success out here. He doesn't make a lot of money from it. I know because I talk to him all the time. He doesn't make much money, but it's been very successful. So he started a gaming club in Camdenton, Lake of the Ozarks, and right next to him, you wouldn't believe it, right next to his setup with the kids playing video games, some stupid ass guy opens up a vapes and games shop, like literally it's on the same strip directly adjacent to him. Like the two rooms touch each other, right? And it's some guy, he's just some guy, definitely not from Lake of the Ozarks, 1000% not from here. And he's opened up a shop right where the kids play, and he's going to sell vapes. He's going to sell whatever, all the THC gummies and all that crap. I don't know what it is, like tea or something like that. There's like tea, and it's always talking about whatever drugs in the tea that's legal, I guess. And then when you look in games, what do they mean by games? Giant digital slot machines. Giant digital slot machines. It was so annoying. Hey, what's up, Mr. Team? He wants to know about the store. Head right over to the description of the live stream to see our store. Okay, it's in the description of the live stream. But yes, it was really frustrating because it really felt extremely predatory that this guy would open that right next to where the kids are playing. He's opening it up right because in Lake of the Ozarks, Camdenton, Missouri, there's not a lot of active businesses. The businesses do not pull in huge crowds. It's sparsely populated out here. Dollar General gets a lot of people, right? Dollar General. So this he's got this special thing going on. He started a gaming club. It's super successful. And what happens after it becomes pretty clear that he's successful? Some nasty ass dude opens up a vape and games shop adjacent to him to try and parasite off of his success and to offer basically vices straight to these kids. And I was talking to them because he actually went out of business. And I'm not surprised he went out of business because I can definitely see everyone just sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Boycotting him. So I could see everyone boycotting him. And, but they told me that the owners of the game shop told me that he came in and actually requested that they would tell their patrons to go to his shop when they were done with their shop. How crazy is that, man? So like fully shameless to do something like that. But I'm not surprised. I mean, people just don't care. When it comes to making money, people do not go, oh, I wonder what should be open here that would be good for the kids. They don't think that way. It's like, what drug can I legally sell you? And that's basically what everything boils down to, with like candy pops and, soda this and soda that. And, now it's like smokes and whatever, vape, weed, cigarette, alcohol. It's just most business really is just kind of coming down to dopamine, right? It makes sense. But it's like the kids, dude, not the kids. Why would you open that up next to the kids? It's crazy to me that he had the lack of shame to do that to children, to open up a vape shop right next to where all the kids are going to go hang out after school. It's ridiculous. Anyways, so there you go. Local zoning boards should have rules about how close the shop opens to children. Not out here. Not out here. These areas, again, is sparsely populated, so there's probably not a lot of rules. On the main street out here, there's a main street you can go walking on, and it gets pretty busy even. There's a gigantic sex shop right on the main street. Like families just walk by it. Gigantic sex shop. And so this area is definitely, you can shoot fireworks off any day of the year. You can do whatever you want. So this area does not have all those kinds of laws and restrictions. And maybe it should, but I guess for up to now, it hasn't had laws like that. But yeah, the vape guy went out of business. It took him about 1 year and he went out of business. And thank God he went out of business, dude. It's so wrong. Siphon the foot traffic. Exactly. Close the chat, hit the like, read more on the description. Oh, yes. So he's looking for that description. Yes. They're correct. You got to close chat. You got to actually close the live chat to see the description, by the way, guys. Kind of like how Japan does pachinko. Yeah, I have heard about the pachinko, but it's not like that, no. Pachinko actually almost seems wholesome compared to what he was doing. It was gross, dude. I hated it. It was like insulting to see him do it. And I don't know. And it didn't work in the end. His business got closed. Here's Jigglypuff. Weird cut, yeah. Anyways, that's the story of the Vapes and Games shop. And it's a church now, actually. Yeah, so that place shut down and a church opened up in his place. It's a weird, tiny church. There we go. Tons of churches all over the place out here. Tons of them. Like every corner has a church. Even little neighborhoods, they have like a church inside of the neighborhood. It's just all over the place. Here's that muck, dude. Beautiful card. We've got this Gengar sticker, Carddass. We've got beautiful Dusclops here. Enter Zapdos. We got this guy, Nidoking. All right, let's take a picture real fast. Oops, sorry about that. Looks like we're going to have another Danny order in a second here. Man, this episode brought to you by Danny as well, man. You had a couple guys making the stream really fun tonight. Thank you, everybody, for your donations, basically. Let's go ahead and take a picture of this and get this... Oops. Retake. Took that while the camera was falling out of my hand. There it goes. All right. You know, I wanted to help that guy with his little business because he was a not-for-profit. And I wanted to tell him, I was like, you got to make some profit, man. You can't permanently be a not-for-profit. And I'll tell you why. It's because when you're a not-for-profit, how do you get the money to expand? How do you get the money to do like upgrades? How do you get enough money to justify hiring employees? You know, all this other stuff. And so he was trying to run it as a not-for-profit. I don't know if he's still doing it that way. There it is. But for a while, he was a manager at... No, I'm sorry, not a manager. He was a worker at Walmart. I think he was a manager. I haven't seen him in a little while, so maybe he was able to quit that job and work on this, you know, this business full time, which I hope that's what happened. I hope that's the story, because that would be a great thing. Okay, I think this had a picture taken too, right? All right, very good. When I was doing Amazon last year, I had so many different church people trying to get me to join their church. Oh, yeah? Good to hear. These people need more God in their lives. All right, so here we go. We got Danny St. Amour, Iona's Wattrell Beckett Slab, and another Blazing Aura. All right, so you're actually going to get an Iona from this pile over here because I got a whole bunch of them. So the one on the table stays, and you get that one. All right. Good. Sometimes, no thank you even. There are so many shops here. Everyone wants to undercut the competition. Danny St. Amour. All right. Haha. Lovely. And then he said, another box of Dragon Ball. I need to stand up for more Dragon Ball. I also need to get this music playing again. All right, there it goes. Yo, you got 97,000 followers. Hey, what's up, Kyle Fuse? How's it going, man? All right. Let's grab some Dragon Ball. Dragging these balls right now. Let's grab some EB2 while we're standing as well. We've been selling through this EB2 pretty rapidly. All right, we're coming in. Same rule, no hollows. All right. Haha. Scooby-Doo-Doo-Be-Doo-Doo-Be-Doo-Be-Doo. Ooh. How many sleeves we got left? There it goes. All right. Ready? That's really cool, mister. You don't see many people doing stuff like that anymore without some kind of insidious thing behind it. Some insidious thing. What are you referring to? Are you referring to the gaming club? Here's this. And here's this. Sleep in this. Lovely. Okay. And last but not least, one more sleep. Sleep. Good. Yeah, what you were talking about. 1 pound fish. Here's Awaken. All right. He's awakened. This girl. Yeah, actually, you know, the first time I ran into him, we were at something called the Dogwood Festival that gets hosted out here. And it's a festival hosted by the Camdenton High School. There's like one big high school for the whole area. And they got all these big carnival rides, and there's like food, and it's nice. You know, you go out, there's a lot of families out, so it has a nice feeling to it. And I ran into him. He was handing out advertisements for a gaming club he was putting together. And later that year, he showed up on the news. They were promoting him because they're like, hey, now you got something to do. There it is. So we've gone to that gaming club a couple times, but it's I feel like it's maybe aimed more toward children than adults. So every time that we go, we're always like, let's get out of here. There's a lot of screeching. There's a lot of kids running around. It's like Chuck E. Cheese almost. So we never really quite feel like we are going to fit in there very well. Wow, that looks really nice. All right. But it's cool if you walk in, it's a big room full of people with their, you know, Xboxes and PlayStations and Nintendo Switches, and they're all playing, you know, like Fortnite or Minecraft's a big one. You see a lot of people playing Minecraft. And there'll be like a table where people are playing like Magic or some other card game. And that'll usually have the adults. The adults will be playing the card games like Pokemon or whatever. One Piece. I still have my Chuck E. Cheese badge. Nice. Nice. I miss Chuck E. Cheese. I do. When I was a kid, I can still remember my grandparents being alive. They passed away when I was pretty young on my mom's side. But I remember they would take us to Chuck E. Cheese, and there were those super creepy animatronic Chuck E. Cheese dolls back from the late 90s, probably 1995, 1996, that kind of time period. And I never forgot sort of being terrified by them. But then, of course, with my morbid curiosity, walking all the way up toward the stage, pulling the curtain back, I was too young to understand. Like, I was really young. So I must have been like 6 or something like that. And I'm pulling the curtain back, and they're all dead and lifeless when you pull the curtain back and they're not playing. Because the curtain's open, and they do their music, and they're singing, and they're dancing. They're super creepy. And then the curtains close, and the music stops, right? So I snuck up to the stage, and I pull the curtain back, and I look in, and they're all just standing there lifeless. And it scared the shit out of me, dude. I probably pooped a brick. I mean, that's another one of those core memories, right? Like, here I am, I'm 36, I still remember that all these years later. All these years later, I still remember looking at the dead blank eyes of the rat, Chuck E. Cheese, the yellow bird or whatever it was, and here it is. There was like a dog. I believe there was a dog. Here it is. Chuck E. Cheese was epic pizza, animatronics, and arcade. Yeah, it was. We went to Chuck E. Cheese many times as a family because, you know, I had a lot of younger siblings. And so even into the 2000s, we were still going to the Chuck E. Cheese. But the place had evolved a lot. Chuck E. Cheese had evolved a ton. Instead of having animatronics, now they would have like a big TV, and the TV would just play like, you know, they would come on screen with like little skits, little cartoons. It was way more comfortable, unlike the absolutely horrifying animatronics, which they should never have gotten rid of, because I feel like that's a key part of enjoying Chuck E. Cheese. It's the creepy animatronics. Ooh. I met somebody on Facebook Marketplace. He invited me to a place in town that has a Pokemon trading night. It was pretty awesome. Oh, that's cool, man. All right, so Danny, say no more. Let's go find your box. Here it is. I tried explaining to my son, Chuck E. Cheese is where Five Nights at Freddy's came from. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, that's definitely it. Because Chuck E. Cheese, wasn't it originally, it was 2 competing companies, and the one company had like bear animatronics, right? That was the original concepts. It was a completely competing company, but then they merged, right? That was the thing, they merged. And that's how Chuck E. Cheese had its animatronics early on. And because I remember reading it was a documentary on YouTube, and I was watching the documentary, and it was explaining the early years of Chuck E. Cheese and how it kind of started getting going. It's a brilliant idea, a pizza arcade for your birthdays. That's great. Does Chuck E. Cheese still exist? I haven't heard of it going out of business. I don't have one out here in Lake of the Ozarks, I can tell you that. But they had like the play pens and the big tubes and all that stuff, and the rides, and yeah, it's like Dave and Buster's for kids. It's a great idea, in theory. Tammy says, lol, I see 55 likes. There are still a few out there. My family went to Disney when I was younger. We stayed at a resort off Disney, but they had their own characters. When we checked into the hotel, these giant rat characters were walking around. And maybe 6 would have liked it there. All right. All right, so the queue is empty again. Once again, the queue is empty. I miss arcade. Corn Rules, you would like the Dog Patch Arcade out here in Lake of the Ozarks. We actually went to that today. Dog Patch Arcade. It was actually, what's cool about it, it was actually featured in the Netflix TV show Ozark. So there's a scene they film, and they film it from inside of the arcade. And when you go in there now, they have like stickers that point out which machines were in the scenes, so it's really fun. But you go there, and it's like this gigantic old building, sort of like a warehouse almost. Dog Patch Arcade is like a big old warehouse. And it's surprisingly large. You think it's small from the front, but as you walk through it, it's surprisingly large. And they've got all these like brand new arcade machines, but then they also have like these really crazy vintage retro machines. And so it has this really, really cool feeling of being both a museum, but also a place you can literally play. And Karis and I played pinball there today. We played pinball. It was on some sort of, it was like $1 per game. It was way too expensive. But it was like this Excalibur Knight sort of table, and it was just really fun. It makes me want to open up like a pool table, pinball table, sort of warehouse arcade myself. So I think retro arcades are definitely sort of like a thing people are into. It would be fun to do one that was just like maybe concentrated on only the games that are actually fun. Because I feel like one mistake I've ran into with I've been into a couple retro arcades, and the mistake they always make is they will get machines that no one wants to touch ever. So those machines just sit around forever. So you have to get the machines that somebody will actually sit down and play. $1 per game is not bad these days. Some are $2. Yeah, they had Dance Dance Revolution, and we did not play that today because I have back pain, but every now and then we'll do the Dance Dance Revolution. It's very fun. The machine's kind of wonky, though. It's an old, broken machine, so they need to, yeah. Karis loves it, though. She loves the Dance Dance Revolution a lot. She's like, we need to get this at home. It's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. I had a Dance Dance Revolution as a kid. Did you guys have that? My sisters got the Dance Dance Revolution and hooked it up to the Xbox. And it was fun, But back then you played with a pad. There was like a pad you laid on the floor, and like arrows on it. And you would step on those pads. And there's people who will play like, no-hit run through Dark Souls on Dance Dance Revolution pad. I don't know whatever happened to that game franchise, though, because you never hear about a new game coming out. That place looks sick. You're lucky to have Dog Patch. Oh, okay, yeah, you looked it up. And, so they got a Dance Dance Revolution place to play in. And but what's really cool is when you work your way to the back. You work your way to the back of the arcade, and there's like a smoking area. It's like this whole extra giant room. And it's got like, I swear, it's got like 20 pinball machines, 20 skee balls. It's got like a pool table. It's got a air hockey. It's got a bunch of some other things as well. And it's just this really nice big area. But the adults always go back there. So if you go into Dog Patch and you go to the back, there's typically more adults, and they're like playing pool or drinking or something like that. And it just has a really chill vibe. But it also, it's very sort of like, sort of like folksy or redneckish. Yeah, so the whole feel of Dog Patch is very old, and it's an interesting experience for sure. It's one of those things, you remember it because it had such a strange feeling to it, almost like one of those dreams you had where you're like, is this a real place? You're not sure if you're in a place that's real. Is this real, or was I imagining that? All right, guys. Well, it might be time to wrap up the stream here. We're at 5 a.m. in the morning, just a little early on the wrap-up because the orders are quite slow. And we'll be back on for Monday daytime stream anyways. So, we can wrap up here if you guys would like. We had a nice audience tonight. I think you guys were just enjoying hanging out and talking. Hey, why don't we hand this out now? We've had this for 2 streams. The gray, right? So let's hand this out. Ready? So we've got Lurkin Lowry. 13, Lurkin. 14 is NHCC. 15, PDX, 16, Hippo Fat, 17, Christian Gomez, okay, and actually I wonder if I can just do this. So we're up to 17. I don't like writing down each name, so it's 1, 2, 3. So it's just going to say on screen who got those last 3, and we know that's 18, 19, and 20, right? Yeah. Landing on 15, which is PDX. All right, let's go into Mr. Christine. PDX. This booster pack was a gift from Jack Gray to the audience. Thank you, Mr. Jack Gray. How nice is that? All right, Christine. All right. Here it is. Very nice. Free Playboy booster with the nice Playboy logo. Those Playboy packs contain a Donald Trump card in it. These right here. So if you're lucky, you pull the Donald Trump card. These really should be up here, actually, in that pile, because they're so notable. Okay, so those are $10 a piece, if I recall correctly. OnlyFans packs coming soon. Yeah. Man, adult content probably is a big moneymaker still all the way to this day, Just looking at naked people doing naked stuff. It's what people want to see. All right, I had a lot of fun, guys. I hope to see you in the Monday stream. We have 2 streams, of course, the daytime and the nighttime stream. I'll see you guys then. See you later, everybody.